the voice they have given me to better speak to your kind without breaking you. You were the jeweled hope for their design, but now you are their flaw.
Ghost dragon, harbinger of death, child of the end, the tower feared you so, but one day I shall pry you apart, scale by scale!
Soft and sweet as pudding, isn't he? He no longer remembers his life in the wild.
To your surprise, instead of ravishing you, he grovels with a howl of pining awe.
Many die.
Araj Oblodra, trader in blood and the sanguineous arts. It is a pleasure to stand before a true soul, and your pale companion. He's a vampire, no? Or one of their spawn, at least.
Oh, don't worry. We're all friends under the Absolute. I won't bite.
Oh, I'd prefer if you did.
I will have to decline.
Excuse me? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you're squandering it.
I gave you my answer.
They rounded us up, cut us up, said they were taking whoever could still walk to Moonrise Towers. I managed to get away, but my love, Dennis.
I'm supposed to be saving Cal and Leah. Instead, I found myself cornered by shadow fiends and in need of rescue. From you, of all bloody people.
I call it the brilliant retort. You'll need it if you're going to survive this cursed place. You'll need it if you're going to get into Moonrise Towers and help the deep gnomes taken prisoner there. You'll need it if you're going to save Wulbren.
Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name's Cinderellimouse and today we're playing Baldur's Gate 3. I'm very excited about this episode specifically because we're going to do the Moonrise Towers prison break. This is particularly near and dear to Cordia's heart, being a cleric of Listery. You know, her whole thing is freeing people from tyranny, and you know, this is really important to her to get some of those characters back that we've kind of that we've met along the way or that we've heard of. We want to help our friends out. Some of our friends have loved ones at Moonrise Towers who are being kept captive. So let's go to the quest journal and have a quick look at this. We've got rescue Wulbren. Now Wulbren Bungle is the leader of the Iron Hand gnomes. When we rescued the deep gnomes from the Dwagar back at the Grimforge, we met Barkus Root again, who is looking for his friend Wulbren, and we've been given this quest by him.
Make it quick. We need to find Wulbren. Now.
You're a little late, Barkus, my lad. He's already been sent to Moonrise Towers. We were just slave hands to the cult, but not Wulbren. He knows things.
If we free Wulbren from Moonrise Towers, Barkus has promised to make us something remarkable. We're not doing it for a reward. Cordy is doing this because it's the right thing to do, and because, you know, she's friendly with Barkus now, and, you know, this Wulbren means a lot to him. So she's definitely interested in looking for Wulbren. Not only that, but Wulbren has the schematics to make like a really big explosive rune powder, which we definitely don't want to fall into the wrong hands. He's the only person who knows the recipe for this powerful explosive.
Look, you have no idea what you're dealing with. Any true Iron Hand would trade their life for a grain of this stuff.
Rune powder is gnomish folklore, an explosive of awesome power handed down to the gnomes by their war god, Gerdel Ironhand, a formula so dangerous it was stricken from history, if it ever existed to begin with.
A fistful of fire that can turn cities to dust. Well, it's real. And I need to bring it back to Baldur's Gate. I'd rather my clan were with me, but the mission comes first.
Wulbren has a way of attracting true believers. His quest for rune powder was the latest dream he stuffed in our heads. And he was bloody right. He found it. A small cache sitting down here with a manuscript. He just made sense of the formula when the cult jumped us, so he burned the damn thing. If there's a single copy left, it's sitting in his head. Those absolutists pull it out and make rune powder, they could flatten the whole of the Sword Coast.
So we need to get him out of Moonrise Towers because we don't want the bad guys knowing about that. We've also got rescue the tieflings. So this says there's a number of tieflings who have been taken. We met a lot of them at Druid's Grove. So Bex's lover, it says Bex's lover was one of the tieflings taken by the cultists. She's lost without him. These are the really cute couple that were talking about like getting a dog when they got to Baldur's Gate. So I really, really want to help Bex.
And we'll have a dog, right?
They don't allow them in Baldur's Gate. Cats, though?
A little orange cat. And a house with a little door so that it can come and go as it pleases.
I've always been good at running. Unlike Tanis, I didn't realize one day our lives would depend on it.
Roland's brother and sister were among the tieflings kidnapped by the cultists. He hasn't taken it well. So Roland is the wizard. He kind of maybe isn't quite as powerful as he thinks he is.
Patience? Have you no respect for showmanship?
Having performance issues, Roland?
Hush you, and behold! Adoring applause? You're too kind.
Remember when he could barely cast that?
They grow up so fast.
Never have I met such troglodytes. Now, pass the wine.
But this little group of three, you know, he's been really, really worried about his brother and sister. He's kind of a tough nut to crack, but, you know, he was getting very, very drunk and trying to rescue them himself. We ended up having to rescue Roland because he, like, set off through the Shadow Curse lands trying to save them. And so he got into trouble. We had to save him. He's back at Last Light Inn.
She can leave out the part where my brother and sister were dragged away screaming while I was saving the orphans. If you hadn't filled their heads with all that self-righteous heroic crap at the Grove, none of this would have happened. They're my responsibility. You go save the world, or your own arse, or whatever it is you do. I'll fix this.
We ran into Alfera. Upset, she told us what happened in the darkness. She asked us to save her friends. So specifically, we're looking for the girl that Dirge made a bet with about surviving. What's her name? Oh, Alfera and Lacrissa, I think is her name.
There's optimism, and then there's stupid, hun. Plenty of us fell to monsters already. I don't see the rest of us lasting long out there. But if you're so sure we will, why not put a little gold on the line?
And it also says that we learned from Ceres that some of the other tieflings were taken to Moonrise Tower. We should investigate. So yeah, definitely we want to see anyone who's still alive that we can find at Moonrise Towers and bring them back. Who else have we got as well? Find Zevlor. Zevlor was the leader of the tieflings.
You have no idea how good it feels to see these people smiling. The singing we could probably do without. But even so, thank you.
It says Zevlor was captured by the cult of the Absolute. His fellow tieflings came, he froze and tried to surrender. We should look for him. So he kind of, he lost his nerve and tried to surrender. Some of the people, like Keris, think that this was the wrong choice, that he should have been braver and shown more fortitude. We'll kind of see if we can find him and see what happened to him. And also rescue the Grand Duke. Grand Duke Ravengard is Will's dad. So, you know, we've got like a personal investment in finding him and returning him to hopefully Baldur's Gate and Council of Floric so that he can continue to kind of like do his job, you know, running the basically the police force of Baldur's Gate, which is the Flaming Fist. He's kind of in control of that. So yeah, we've got a lot of people to look for in these prisons. We also did actually already break out Minthara. She was being held in the prisons, and she was actually having her memory erased by these really nasty women, and we managed to get her out and save her. And she's actually told us that a lot of the things that she did while she was in the Cult of the Absolute, she didn't have any control over. It's like her autonomy was taken away, and she really regrets kind of going there and getting involved. I think it was completely involuntary on her behalf. So really glad to have her out and part of the team. Unfortunately, again, I'm not using her today because I do want to be somewhat sneaky when we go into Moonrise Towers this time, and hopefully get those prisoners out with like the minimum amount of bloodshed. I don't want any of those to kind of like be killed by the guards or anything like that. So I do have a little bit of a plan in mind. Cordia's just wanting to go in there and suss out the situation and maybe hopefully persuade them to release the prisoners into her care. We'll see what happens. Cordia has also had a bit of a new fit, so I'm definitely, she was kind of lightning themed, and I've also kind of added to that with some thunder damage from some of the new items that we've been collecting. So very quickly we'll go through her fit. She's kind of got that lightning armor on again. She's got the Lifebringer life charger. When the wearer gains lightning charges, they also gain 3 temporary hit points. Now this means she has taken off the headband of intellect temporarily, just because we're going into a particularly hostile situation. I don't feel like the intelligence checks will be as important, but having her heal and getting those lightning charges is definitely part of her, like her version of attacking. We've got the Thunder Skin Cloak. So this is one of the new items that we got, I think, in the last episode. When the creature with reverberation deals damage to the wearer, the creature needs to make a constant Constitution saving throw or become dazed. So basically reverberation is kind of like what can happen when you deal thunder damage or like certain kind of like bludgeoning damage. They can be reverberated, so it is kind of conditional, but if someone tries to hit Cordia, if they have that condition, they could potentially become dazed, which is going to be helpful. I think that means they get like disadvantage on their checks. We've got the Jolty Vest, which is 1 less slashing damage and also counter shock when the wearer takes damage while having lightning charges. And remember, like, we've got a lot of items that give us lightning charges, so this is kind of like highly likely that this will happen. The attacker must succeed a dexterity saving throw or become shocked. So just to show you the condition shocked, they cannot take reactions and have disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws using dexterity. So that's going to help the rest of our team be able to hit them. So yeah, that is pretty cool. We've also got currently, now we did have those gloves that gave me the ability to use my bow and the ability to use my sword. I've taken those off for now because I tend to do spell attacks, and I've changed out my weapons a little bit. So I've got the Gloves of Belligerent Skies, Thunderous Conversion. When the wearer deals thunder damage, lightning damage, or radiant damage, all of those 3 things are Cordia's kind of modus operandi, because she's a cleric as well, right? So radiant damage, inflict 2 turns of reverberation upon the target. So she can inflict, whenever she deals thunder, lightning, or radiant damage, she deals reverberation. If anyone with reverberation hits her, they become dazed. So there's this kind of like this item helps this item thing that we've got going on here with this. We've also got when the water sparklers electrify water. When the wearer stands in water during combat, it becomes electrified. This works really well with Gale's attacks because Gale does frost and ice damage and fire damage. So if he deals like ice and then that melts, Cordia can stand in the water and electrify it. So we've got this kind of multi-pronged, like, complementary attack system between my sorcerer and my wizard. And it also says that if they actually start their turn on an electrified surface, she's also going to gain lightning charges. The more lightning charges we get, the more damage we deal. It's a whole circular system. She's also got The Spine Shudder Amulet, which is one of our newer items. When the wearer deals damage with ranged spell attacks, she has a lot of ranged spell attacks, inflict 2 turns of reverberation. There's that reverberation again. So we can, that's 2 turns of reverberation there, 2 turns of reverberation there. That's potentially like 4 turns of reverberation on someone, and the more turns, the better. Spiteful Thunder. When the wearer deals thunder damage to a reverberating creature, there it is again, it becomes dazed unless it succeeds a Constitution saving throw. So we've got a high likelihood of making the people we're attacking dazed, and therefore they're rolling at disadvantage, which helps out the team as well. And the Sparks Wall, which means that we can't get electrocuted because we have resistance to lightning damage, which is good for us because that's what we deal. We've also got the Sparkler, which again, if we deal damage with a spell or cantrip, we get more lightning charges. I've got the real Sparky Sparks Wall Shield. It's just so much thunder and lightning stuff, which gives us a lightning aura, which I think is a spell. I never really remember to use it, but if we get lightning charges, we can consume them and release a blast of energy that damages and jolts nearby creatures. It doesn't do a huge amount of damage. It's only 1 to 6 and it's an action, so I probably won't end up using that if I'm honest. We don't have proficiency with the jolt shooter, but you know, if we run out of other options, we could potentially use it, and it does also do lightning charges. So yeah, we're pretty stacked really with Cordia. I won't go into everybody else's items because I've not made any major changes to them, but I really like this build with her. It's similar to Gale's build, where you know, he's got a lot of stuff where he's doing like fire and cold damage, and it kind of stacks. So yeah, I'm really happy with both of their kind of like outfits and their themes right now. One more thing before we head out then. We have this scroll that we found in Ketheric's bedroom. Now Ketheric Thorn, we found out a lot of lore in that last episode. A lot of like less common scenes that I think a lot of people will probably miss. So Dirge actually found out that he's been to Moonrise Towers before. He seems to have been quite feared by a lot of people. And it seems like he was quite in with the people who are like the leaders of the Absolute. It seems like he might have been some kind of general, or some kind of like, a bit like how they were using him in Thara. He seems like he had his own mission to possibly go and claim the artifact and bring it back to the Absolute. So the body of our hand-picked captain for the artifact raid wasn't found in the wreckage of the Nautiloid. He's not 100% sure, but the Absolute actually got in his head, and it was a big illithid brain, and it's basically telling him that he's special. He's the illithid brain is kind of like being dominated using the crown of Karsus. We found all this information out in the last episode, and basically Dirge might be the one to break the control of like Ketheric and Gortash over this illithid brain. There's also a third person who, it might have been Dirge, it might be someone else, we don't know that yet, but whoever's controlling this illithid brain, we can break those chains and free the illithid brain.
I am the chain they will use to bind this world. But I cannot bind you. You must come to me, so I can become myself again.
A world away, the grip on you tightens. A desperate, drowning thing that pulls you down with it.
Come, become.
Which the illithid brain is really bad. It's probably better that it is dominated, but at the same time, like, an enemy of our enemy is our friend. So we're at this stage where we know the Absolute's bad. We know that Ketheric and Gortash are dominating the brain for their own nefarious purposes. We also know that Gortash and Ketheric are considering basically backstabbing each other, and having one person controlling the brain, because I think the brain is trying to kind of like it's like unstable because the power's split between them. So we've got all this stuff going on, and yeah, somehow like Dirge is kind of this free radical that could like disrupt all this. So we don't really know what exactly happened to him at this point, but we do know that he was involved with the Absolute somehow. But yeah, this Apostle Diary, we couldn't read it. Everybody failed their checks when we tried to read it. So I'm going to go ahead and send it to Shadowheart, because I think she has really high religion and she's probably got the biggest chance of being able to read this thing. So I'm also going to guide her. Again, just to give her a little bit extra on this check. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and I'm going to drop it just so that I can see when I come out of it if she gets this check or not. So it says, your white ribs the pillars, your bleached skull the dome, take on the apostle's final form, cathedral wrought of blessed bone.
A ritual. Doesn't seem related to Shah or Seluna. What's Ketheric been up to?
Okay, so Shadowheart knows that this is some kind of ritual, but she doesn't know specifically which god it is. Yeah, we'll kind of wait and see what happens with that kind of as the story develops, I think. Okay, so plan is to re-infiltrate the prisons and see if we can find the people that we're looking for, and just kind of suss the place out. So I'm going to have Cody's team go ahead and go back to Moonrise Towers. And there's a couple of other things that I want to do before it all kicks off, before we get ourselves into trouble and like lose access to the towers. There are a few more things I want to do. I do feel like we're being a bit risky right now, because not only have we Will decided to destroy Zarel, who is like one of the bosses of Moonrise Towers, and stuffed her body into a wardrobe, so hopefully nobody knows about that yet. But also, gosh, look how like tired I look. I am very tired. My kids are back to school, so we're like back in the getting up early routine, and oh my goodness, I am suffering. Anyway, we killed Zarel and we also freed Minthara, so I don't know if we're still getting away with all these like sneaky things that we're doing. So I think Cordia would be feeling a little bit nervous today about going back in there, just in case, you know, our cover's blown and they've sussed us out. But there's also a couple of things that I want to do, just because the game is so rich and the developers have put so much work into having all this dialogue, you know, depending on like the situation, the dialogue with people changes, and I just think it's worth getting that on camera and getting that like recorded, you know, because honestly the depth of this game is incredible. So if you remember, these little goblins were trying to get inside the throne room when Cordia first came in here, and this guy here, he was like spying at the door, and they were quite keen on kind of getting admittance and getting kind of recruited into the Absolute. But if you remember, in that throne room there were some goblins who Ketheric was like, kill them, destroy them, like do what you want with them kind of thing, and we set them free. So I'm hoping this means we're in the good books now with the goblins.
I caught a glimpse of Ketheric and Zarel. Wouldn't have the gumption to stick my nose in, like you did, mind.
So we've got the respect of this little guy, okay.
We ought to head out now. Burn everything between here and the city.
He's still quite into it though. Oh, I was hoping that they would have like switched sides to us kind of thing. Or like have second thoughts.
Times are changing fast. Glad I'm here to see it.
Oh, goblins. They're not known for being particularly intelligent.
I heard you put in a good word for our mates. Cheers.
You're welcome, I guess. Oh, I was hoping I could, like, get them to leave or something. Apparently, if you talk to this guy and you tell them to get rid of these people, they will leave, but they go to the camp. And apparently, if they leave, you find them dead in the Shadow Curse lands. The Shadow Curse lands get them. Roa Moonglow. So if you remember, we met her originally in the Goblin camp, and when we spoke to her with Dirge,
nice to know what we're shipping.
Sorry, they're talking. They're also noisy.
Why I pay you both so much?
Minding our business is our business.
Okay, so yeah, we met her in the Goblin camp and they were trading slaves, and Cordia really didn't like this.
Goblins sell the best prisoners. Cheap, quiet, and eager to be elsewhere.
Yeah, let's see if she recognizes us, because she didn't recognize Dirge.
I want to have a word. Ah, a new face come to bask in the light of the Absolute. How can I be of service, true soul?
New face? We've met before, at the Goblin Camp.
Of course. Just before some godless lunatic purged the place of every innocent soul. A pity neither of us saw what happened.
She's very clever. Definitely minding her own business. So yeah, when things kicked off in the Goblin Camp and we basically started killing all the goblins, Roa made tracks. Basically, she's not loyal to the Absolute. She's just there to trade. So as soon as it kicked off, she was like, "I'm packing up and I'm getting out of here." So she's basically covering for us. She's like, "Oh, I have no idea who you are," but some lunatic destroyed the camp. Who could that have been? So yeah, she definitely knows it was us. So Cordia, I like this one. I feel like this is more of a Dirge answer. Speak for yourself. I had a pretty good view of the slaughter. I'm gonna say I would hardly call the goblins there innocent. No, like, what would she say? I don't think it's an accusation. I think she's covering for us. So she's just going to say, "Really? You saw nothing at all?"
Nothing worth repeating. Corpses don't much go in for commerce. Here, though, look around. All manner of beasties united against the enemies of the Absolute. Quite a god to bring them all together. And quite a fool who draw their ire. Hmm?
Yeah, she's covering for us. Maybe you're not in my bad books after all. I don't know, she is still trading in things that she shouldn't be trading in. She's definitely dodgy. Like, the Zentarim are not great. Just remember that for future reference. You almost sound concerned for my safety.
More concerned that your business might be bad for my business. So don't go kicking the hive while there's still some honey to be had.
So she's just like, keep the peace because I'm making good trade. Let's trade with her. I don't think there's anything else that we specifically need to get, but she might have maybe some good potions or something. She's got some really good spell scrolls, to be honest. But they're very, very expensive. I was hoping for things like shield as well. Mage, what is it? Mage shield? I can't remember what it's called because I do like Dirge to do that spell. But yeah, I'm not really seeing anything that I particularly want to purchase today. Scroll of Misty Step could come in useful, but we've probably got a few. She has got a lot of really special items. If you're interested in any of these, it's definitely worth like checking her stock. But I think we've looked at
an honor, true soul.
Previously, I more wanted to talk to her because she had those special dialogues that we didn't see with Dirge. And again, I love how in-depth the game is. I love how much detail there is. There's also some more dialogue that we've not seen with what's her name? Aloija? That's not right, surely. What's her name? Aloija. So we'll talk to her, and she's a drow.
Aloija, trader in all things occult. A very great pleasure to meet you, true soul. Should you be interested, I have a particular offer I'd like to make.
So Dirge would have come back and told her about this, and Astarion too. They would have talked to Cordia at camp about their interaction with Aloija and how she wanted Astarion to bite her, and how she gives people these potions that have a lot of like special magic in them. I feel like Dirge would be quite impressed by what she can offer, and he would have encouraged everybody else to go and get these potions too. I want the potions because they're just really useful, and I really like how they're unique to each race as well. The only person who's not getting a potion, well, two people who are not getting potions, is going to be Minthara, because I don't know how welcome she'd be here, and Astarion because he objected to the whole situation, and I wouldn't want to force that upon him. So yeah, we're just gonna go I wanted to talk to her as well. Cordia would have wanted to talk to her because she's a drow, and Cordia again Goddess of Listry, her whole thing is getting the drow out of bad situations and trying to encourage them to be better people and to live on the surface and to reintegrate with surface society. So she would be attempting to do that with Araj. Baldur, that house was destroyed a century ago. So again, drow houses, think Game of Thrones. I'm House Bandry, Minthara is House Benray, sorry, she's House Baldur.
Thankfully, I wasn't in it at the time. My cousins did like to boast about their view over the Claw Rift. And now their bones decorate the bottom.
Oh. So the Claw Rift, I think, is like a big, what are they called? Oh, what is it when like the earth breaks apart? You get them in Minecraft, like go down them, like, what are they called? Like a big, not a cavern, but like a big crack in the earth where they used to just throw people. So it's like, I think it's in Menzoberranzan. I think it like runs along through different drow cities, if I'm remembering correctly. So she survived this basic attack on her family and her house. So I'll skip this a little bit, but I hear you trade potions for the true soul blood.
With one drop, I can brew a rather potent potion for you. The rest, I keep for myself.
So we have seen this, but we do have some unique interactions as well. So as a sorcerer, I can say, I'm not sure my blood, being a dragon-born sorcerer, right? Dragon blood sorcerer. My blood is exceptionally sought after.
Well, that's why we're trading, no? I assure you, the potions are more than worth their weight.
I feel like Cordia would have some concerns about this because, again, her whole background is that because she was born with these scales on her face, her family recognized that she was going to have some kind of natural spellcasting ability and that she could potentially become quite powerful. So this is quite unique for her being a drow to have this dragonborn blood. And basically her family were trying to weaponize this, and they were keeping her safe and kind of separated from drow society because they wanted her and her powerful blood to survive into adulthood. And so yeah, this is basically the only reason that she survived her drow upbringing. So she would recognize that this could be really dangerous if it fell into the wrong hands, but Dirge has really encouraged her to do this back at camp and said, look, I've got dragon blood too, right? I'm a dragonborn, so we need this potion. It could be the difference between life or death, right? We're fighting the absolute. We don't really know fully what we're up against. Just go and do it. We'll deal with the drow afterwards, right? So I think Minthara as well would also be like, yes, go and do it. I would.
Just a little prick and it's all over. Close your eyes. There we are. All of your very best traits in a bottle. Use it well.
I need to take that necklace off because it's clipping, which means she's going to be naked under there. I'm going to have to remember that. Okay. That armor is going to chafe her nipples. Okay, so we're going to run through everybody else because everybody can do this, but everybody gets like something unique, so we'll just kind of skip.
Araj, should you be interested, I have a particular... With one drop, I can brew a rather potent potion for you.
It doesn't look like Shadowheart has anything particular, but let's just say let's do it.
Just a little... There we are.
Okay, so Cordia has...
Still alive, so that's progress.
A potion of elixir of elven elegance because she's a drow. Noble elven blood grants you an additional 10 meters of movement speed. Dark vision, which I already have, and you can't be charmed until your next long rest. I might actually give that Dirge because he doesn't have dark vision. I can't be charmed anyway because I'm an elf. I think like yeah, I think things like sleep spells just don't work on me. So I think that's going to be more useful to Dirge. So I'm going to go ahead. He's the one who encouraged her to do it.
Let's get on with it.
So she's going to give it him. Shadowheart then. So Shadowheart, being half elf, has an elixir of half elven healing. Upon consumption, you and surrounding allies regain hit points equal to your constitution score, which is perfect because she's my cleric, she's my healer. So yeah, if we ever need a little bit of an extra healing boost, it's a bit like that kind of like healing all spell that she has. That could really be useful. So Gale is next, and I'm gonna go ahead and have Shadowheart guide him because he's going to actually have a history check to pass. If he doesn't pass it, Will can also try and pass it, but we get to know more about Araj and her lore.
Araj Oblordra, trader, and should you be interested, I have a
So
with
skipping these
one drop.
bits.
I can brew a rather potent potion for you.
So because
The
he's a wizard,
rest,
shush.
I keep for myself.
So because he's a wizard, he has a Zengian blood mage. Unusual for you to be so far from Varsa. So he's recognizing the type of magic that she's doing, blood magic, which a little elf from Dragon Age Veilguard would be very, very disapproving of. If you want to go and check out my Dragon Age Let's Play, bear with it because it's definitely a grower. I didn't really like the game too much at first. I was like, I like the gameplay, but the story's and the more I'm playing it, the more and more I'm getting into it. So it is a bit of a grower. So go and check out my Dragon Age Let's Play if you're interested in that. So yeah, we're gonna say that.
Goodness, no. Nothing so unsanitary. The Oblodra's clan practice their own form of blood alchemy.
You realize why the name rings familiar. House Oblodra was purged a century ago by an alliance of rival drow houses. Among the many crimes tallied against them, their reckless experimentation with illithid breeding stock.
That's why she's here then, right? Illithids, that's what the Elder Brain is. That's the tadpoles, and the whole thing that's controlling us is illithid. They're kind of like evil alien brains with a lot of like psychic power, like hyper intelligent, and they're just basically trying to dominate the universe. So they're really, really bad. Just in case you didn't know what illithid were by now, just a quick recap. And so she's messing around with, it's not blood magic in the traditional sense. It says it's their own family's type of blood magic. So blood alchemy, she's an alchemist, which I think is really cool. Artificer is an actual class in D&D. It comes with, I think, Tasha's Cauldron of something. What's it called? Tasha's? The Tasha book. Yeah, being an alchemist is you specialize in kind of like crafting things, and I think there's I know in my D&D campaign there's like what I've unlocked, there's like 3 different subclasses that you can get for it. So it's a really, really interesting class to play, and it's a bit of a shame that it wasn't included with Baldur's Gate. Again, if they'd have done DLC, there's so much that we could have got. We could have got like Tabassi. That would have been so fun to play as like a cat person. They could have done these extra classes, extra races. I'm really, really sad that they decided to not continue and add like add-on content, because I don't think DLC is always bad if it's for a game that you absolutely love, and when it's such high quality as Baldur's Gate is, I would have adored to get extra content. So luckily they've added the modding thing, so we can get a lot of stuff through mods with really, really talented creators in the community. But yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna keep going. So yeah, and they're infusing it with illithid breeding stock. So yeah, again, maybe this is like a mind control through blood system, a little bit like again with Dragon Age Veilguard, kind of what they've done to Lucanus perhaps. Anyway, so Gale can be kind of judgy. He's quite a good person, so he would say, it's not true soul blood you want, it's illithid tainted blood. A bad Gale voice.
Blessed by the absolute, but not blinded by it. Now I simply must study you. The beings you speak of have no use for gods, and yet here we stand in a church of their making. Unless they are not the makers, but simply the means, wouldn't that be a secret worth knowing? So let me adjust my offer. Your blood and your silence, in exchange for the potions I mention, and a tidy pile of gold besides.
She's just an academic, guys. She's just here for research purposes. She has her own agenda. She's not actually part of the Absolute. I really actually like the character of Aloija, apart from the whole pressurizing Astarian thing, which obviously ick. But yeah, her whole backstory as just this random trader NPC that you meet, I think is really engaging and really interesting. That might be because I really like the drow, but yeah, I love her character. I want to play as Aloija. That'd be really fun to get like some kind of blood alchemy mod and actually to play as her. That could be a really interesting thing to do with Baldur's Gate. I nearly said Baldur's Age. So you can actually like trade it in, keep your gold. I want to see what the cult does to non-believers. I don't know what happens if you select that. I've never done it. But Gale's just going to be like, yeah, okay, I'm in.
Just a little prick.
Again, Gale is also an academic, right?
A little. There we are.
Gale's also an academic. He doesn't always follow the rules. He's a bit like a naughty schoolboy. So, you know, definitely exploring the boundaries of what you're technically allowed to do is something that Gale will be interested in when it comes to any kind of like magic or magic infused alchemy. I think he would definitely have a academic interest in. And he's got the elixir of human versatility. Mundane pluckiness grants you proficiency in all skills. Proficiency in all skills until the next long rest due to wily resourcefulness now bubbling within it. I'm going to send that to Cordia since she gave hers to Dirge, and just because we're more likely to use it with Cordia, I think. I'm going to go ahead and have Will also do this whole thing.
Should you be interested, I have a particular... With one drop, I can brew a rather potent potion for you. The rest, I keep for myself.
So, normally, when I kind of have done this in the past, Will normally has like a warlock option. I think it's not showing it because Gale has already passed that history check. Because like I say, if Gale had failed it, it would have shown the warlock option for Will. So we're just going to do it.
Just a little prick and it's a little... There we are.
And he also has an elixir of human versatility. I'm going to go ahead and send that to Dirge. Just because they're the player character, I think it's going to be more useful to do that. Okay, so next up, Cordia would now be heading to the dungeons. We have kind of a two-pronged approach to this mission. They would have discussed it back at camp beforehand. Cordia's going inside, you know, acting really normal, doing a bit of trading, then making her way down to the prisons to try and suss out the situation and do this prison break. Meanwhile, we're going to have Dirge clearing the docks so we have an escape route. I'm going to go ahead and have Cordia go back to camp just so that team is safe and out of the way. But imagine that they're going down into the prisons inside. Dirge in that case. Let's check in with Dirge. So in the last episode, Dirge and Lae'zel had a little romantic cutscene, and by romantic I mean Lae'zel absolutely destroyed Dirge. They had this like, she was like, prove yourself to me, fight me like a warrior, prove yourself to be worthy. And then they got into a fight, but Lae'zel rolled higher on initiative, and because she's got things like, she didn't even action surge, I don't think, but she just destroyed him because she's probably one of my strongest fighters. So like immediately she took him to his knees, like brought his hit points down, and then immediately was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Well, she didn't say sorry, but she was like, I can't stand to see you hurt. I don't want to do this to you. Let me tend to your wounds, and went all fussy over him. It was adorable. Yeah, they're having a little romance now, so let's check in with her and see how that's going.
Speak your mind. I'm listening.
Look at her cute little face. She's so sweet. When she actually warms up to people, like, and shows the vulnerability and the softer side, I just adore her. So we don't want to do half of these things right now. Like, we'll save the disc until a more appropriate time, but he's gonna say, I'd like to talk about us.
I'm listening.
I don't feel like Dirge has ever really been the relationship type. I feel like this is all quite new to him. Like, all he's really known before from his previous life, his memories are all just like blood and slaughter. So to actually care for someone and to actually, you know, feel that kind of affection is a very novel experience for him. And he has a lot of respect for Lae'zel as well as a fighter and as a strong ally. He's gonna say, my bruises still sting from our battle. I don't think it's bruises. That was slashing damage. He's scarred.
Exquisite, isn't it? The pain is a mutual promise branded on our flesh and bone. Inside your every wound lives my obsession. Inside my every wound lives your passion.
She's so intense. What exactly am I to you?
You are Shak Vonashdu, source of my bruises.
She's so cute. Okay, I'm not going to kiss her because I find... Actually, let's just do it and see what this is. I find the Dragonborn kisses kind of weird, but let's have a look and see.
Here. Now. If it weren't apparent, it should be. I'm not keen on such outward displays of our flesh bond.
She said no. We can persuade her. You hunger for me, yes. Don't deny yourself. And we can scowl and pout. I actually hate that. Again, like that screams toxic relationship to me. And it's really childish, like pouting because someone won't kiss you. It's like, ew, get over it. Like, that is such a turn off for me. But he's going to be respectful. Again, going back to the last episode and the whole Astarian thing with Eraj, where she was trying to pressure him into doing something he didn't want to do. I think, you know, boundaries is going to be on his mind. And he respects Lae'zel. He'd be like, yeah, if you're not comfortable, it's fine. It was a weird moment for me as well. I'm not really a kisser. I don't know what came over me.
Good.
Approval.
Let there be no doubt. I have marked you as you have me. In time, we might brazenly bear our marks. That time's not yet come.
Girl boss, everyone saw that. Interaction at camp. Literally everyone was stood there afterwards. Why is everybody stood there? What happened? We can break up with her. What I do want to discuss right now and kind of let you guys know about is we're romancing multiple characters, and I have had a polyamory mod installed. The mod failed for me at this point. I don't know why. I don't know what exactly was wrong with it. It might have been my fault. It might have been a mod conflict. I don't know if it's a problem with the mod itself. But for some reason, I was getting scenes with Karlach in camp where she was really, really upset that we'd also kind of got into a relationship with Lae'zel. However, if I left camp, if I went out into the world, I got one of those like pop-ups where you get the exclamation mark over the head like they want to talk, and she was really, really sweet. So I do actually want to put the footage in of what she says there, if I can get it. If I can't get it, I'm sorry. But she was kind of really, really cute about it, and she was just kind of like, it's fine. You know, I understand, like, you've gone closer to Lae'zel, it's all good. She was a little bit hurt, but yeah, she basically, at that point I had the option to choose one or the other, and whichever one I chose, it blocked me out of the romance from with the other one. This playthrough, with it being my perfect playthrough, I do want to show as many of the scenes as possible, and especially the romance scenes, because I think they're really, really positive in this really dark and hopeless situation, and they're just really beautiful, and I love like the character romances and getting to know more of their story and seeing them being vulnerable, and it's something I really, really want to show on camera. So I've actually found another polyamory mod. I'll kind of put it up on screen. It is really easy to find. It's in the in-game modding system. And I did some like backing up my saves and kind of like jumping through hoops on my end to get this up and running, and thankfully this means that we can also continue to romance multiple characters without them getting jealous or upset about it, because I really, really want to get the Karlach romance scene when we upgrade a heart. I've also managed to trigger that finally, because I was trying to do it when we first got to the last light in and it wasn't happening for me, and I couldn't figure out why this scene wasn't happening, but finally I've figured it out. Finally I've got it working, so eventually we're going to upgrade Karlach's heart and have that gorgeous romance scene between Dirge and Karlach, so keep watching for that in the next couple of videos. But yeah, so we can go and talk to her anyway, and with this mod she's fine.
Hey you,
quite happy to share, which I kind of like narratively. Again, this is my perfect playthrough, and narratively I do like this idea of them just being like not jealous. I don't think it suits them to be jealous. I think it's more of a whatever good things we can find in this situation is good for all of us. Everybody kind of gets along, so yeah, I like that. Yeah, Karlach, I'd love to be able to touch you properly. We'll continue the Karlach romance. We'll give it a day. We'll give it a day in between before we jump into like another romance scene. The only person I'm not really romancing, I think, is Astarion. And again, that is in respect for his boundaries and the way that he's been treated in the past. Which again, we'll get more scenes about that later on. Yeah, I think we're all good. I'm going to save Future Ellie. I'm sorry if you noticed any hiccups with the audio recording there with the video. I ran over the 40-minute mark and it kind of messes up my audio, so hopefully I managed to sort it out in editing. But yeah, we're ready. Let's go to Moonrise. So like I say, they do have a plan here. And Dirge's team is looking to clear the docks. So we're not going to go in the main way. We're going to go back kind of around this way, down the side. And we're going to see what we can do down here. So we're going under that the bridge where like we'd normally enter Moonrise Towers. And this is like the original way that we came. So this is also where we got out with Minthara. When we kind of like cracked her out of the dungeons. This is kind of the way that we took, like, escape route wise. I've forgotten how to talk. Again, I'm very tired. It's that January thing where you're like getting back into your routine and like it's cold and dark in the mornings and you're just like, I just want to stay in bed, man. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump over here. Let's see if we can see what we can do here. So this guard patrolling, my plan is eventually to kind of like pick her off up this end. But I want to kind of like go over here and just see what the whole situation is with these guys. This guy seems to be doing something with the crates. We've got all this like Zentarim stuff. So let's talk to him and see what he's got to say.
I'm afraid you missed the ship, Trousseau, but there'll be another along soon enough. We're already stacking the cargo.
Let's get some information out of him. Where are the ships heading?
Baldur's Gate. The army marches overland, but we sent some friends ahead to smooth the way.
That might be a good way to get through the Shadow Curse lands. If they're taking the river to Baldur's Gate, that might be a really good way for us to kind of like get like the Iron Hand gnomes and the tieflings who are also going to Baldur's Gate like through. Why exactly does the Absolute want to make war with the city?
Locals need to see hard truth. Take their place in hard design.
Or they don't, and we send them to meet the old gods they cling to. Doesn't matter much either way.
So they're basically trying to convert everybody in Baldur's Gate, and by extension, like the rest of Faerun, presumably, or they're just going to kill them if they don't convert. And what is this cargo that they are bringing?
Nothing of note. Just supplies for the battle ahead. I've already checked it twice over.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
I don't want to use my Illithid Wisdom too soon because we only get to do that like once per long rest, I think. So I like the intimidation option for Dirge. He does roll quite high on that. Your job is to guard. Leave the details to me. Yes. Guidance me, Astarion. I might save the Bardic Inspiration. Have we done it? Yay! Thank you to those of you who guided the stream. Easy peasy. Let's go.
Right you are, I suppose. Check away.
Will do. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So we can't check everything. It's still red. We'll still get in trouble if we do that. But we can check this stuff. Some hand crossbows. Better off at our camp than theirs. Let's send them to camp. Ooh, superior healing, greater healing, malice, lots of healing potion. Let's take all that. We've got some fire wine here. And what's this curious thing here? A Zentarim shipping crate.
A wave of sick familiarity radiates from one barrel amidst the cargo. Tadpoles, sleeping and scarcely aware, but echoing yours 100-fold.
An army's worth of slithering parasites. Sickness waiting to spread.
Okay, so this is clearly what they're going to use to try and infect Baldur's Gate. If this is what they're shipping to Baldur's Gate, the plan is to infect more people with the illithid tadpoles. Again, Dirge hates what has been done to him. He hates that this is presumably involuntarily. He's not too sure now exactly what he chose to do and what was done to him at this point, because he knows that he was involved in this somehow, but he hates it, right? He hates this, and now that he has his own autonomy, he wants to stop this. Lae'zel as well advising him. He trusts her opinion, and being a Githyanki, she would destroy this on sight pretty much. Examine the seal, it looks familiar to you. We know it's Zentarim. I'm going to do this intelligence check. Reach out tadpole to tadpole. Maybe we could, like, destroy them or even rewrite them. Do I want to take my bardic inspiration for this? I've only got a total bonus of 1 to 4, so I think I probably should. It's an intelligence check, and we know Dirge's intelligence is messed up. His brain is mush. All right, I need your guidance right now, guys. Guidance the screen. Oh, see what I mean? He rolled a 2 on his intelligence check. That is not good enough. We're gonna have to re-roll. Guys, guidance me. I need it. We've only got 3 points of inspiration right now as well. We might have to read those books. Yes! Yay! Thank you to those of you who guided the screen. I appreciate your faces. Let's go.
A pattern of blank minds newly born. They carry only a bare shred of memory, inherited from something older. A sleep of centuries. The birth and destruction of a settlement above forming only background noise to the dream. Until something descended down into the darkness, and the dreamer awoke.
I don't know what that means. What?
They don't know what they are. Not yet. Unless we taught them to be something else.
Great tadpole minds think alike, Astarian. I don't know how we would do such a thing. Can we, like, take them? My plan was to destroy them. My plan was to blow them up with the fire wine. But now I'm thinking, what happens if I take them? Can I do anything with that? Like, can we rewrite them somehow? I don't believe we can, based on what I know about the game. I feel like, had Lae'zel been like, destroy them, I would have definitely destroyed them. But Astarian being like, maybe we can use these. But that would mean that we'd have to infect more people. And Dirge wouldn't want to do that. I think as well, like, you know, he worries about people like Minthara as well, you know, continuing to consume these tadpoles to get the extra powers. I think we might have to destroy it, but give me a minute. Let's talk to this guy again.
Not long before we march on the city.
I checked the cargo. It's a little unusual.
Don't see how, Trousseau. It's just supplies going ahead of the troops.
As the symbol glows, power
He doesn't
courses
know.
through you. Authority.
Think hard. What's really in those boxes? Okay, forbidden knowledge. It's only a DC of 2. we've got Forbidden Knowledge from Partially Deciphering the Necromancy of Thay, which is that book that we got from Underneath the Blighted Village, the Necromancy book. Astarion can guide us just in case. I mean, basically, it doesn't even matter because if we roll a 1, it's an automatic fail. So anything above a 1 is success anyway. So I think we've got this. Yay! Look at us go.
Something stirs deep within you, hungry and alert. It's taking something you'll never get back. As you bear down on his mind, you feel a pulse in response. 1,000 pulses, echoing from the nearby crates. Tadpoles. His mind had rejected the knowledge, forced it behind a mental wall. A wall you just took a hammer to.
What are you gonna do, mate?
Worms. Worms in their heads. Worms all over.
Yeah, reality check, mate, of what you've actually signed up to here. Dog's barking, sorry guys. We can talk him out of it. We can be like, you're imagining it. But I think Dirge would say, you'd better wash them off. And get him to jump in the water.
Parasites. Worms.
Bye-bye. See you later. Okay, so he basically, we've got inspiration back from that. She's reacting, what in the hells? I didn't see what he said, but yeah, they're reacting to that. So now would be actually a great time to go into turn-based mode and blow these two up with this stuff. But I'm gonna say these guys are quite tough. These adepts with the magic, they have some really powerful magic and it can really fuck us up. And she's got 60 hit points almost, and this guy's got 70 hit points, and he's like, he hits really hard. So I'd rather take them out separately. And I think Dirge would prefer that method. He's seen that they're patrolling. So let's go and chase this person. Yeah, I think taking them out individually is going to be a much better idea for us. Okay. Everybody with me? Can I sneak attack? Oh, one thing I should say. Astarion currently, I've given him the Sousa dagger because the Sousa dagger, as his offhand weapon, it says it silences on a hit, and if somebody's silenced, it limits the amount of spells that they're able to do. Any spell with a verbal component, because some of the spells you have to like say something to do the spell. Any spells with a verbal component, like you can't do anymore. So it's going to really help us to stop these spellcasters doing kind of like a lot of damage. Do you know what though? Let's go in with a sneak attack with Dirge.
I don't need any attention right now.
And hope the others don't notice us. If they do, we can run away though, because we're right next to this bit.
You were witnessed assaulting someone. You're headed for the cells.
Such a weird reaction. Like we've just like absolutely stabbed her in the back with his dagger. And she's like, you were witnessed assaulting someone. We're gonna just straightforward attack her. Yeah, everybody's in initiative. That's okay. We're going to flee as soon as we've killed her, I think. Right, Lae'zel, get over here and whack this bish. She's only got 27 hit points left. I think we've got this quite easily.
I will not know failure.
Okay. And again. Okay, and then what do I want to do? Do I want to have everybody hide? Or flee? We probably, I've even got my great weapon bonus stack action. I think we should probably, she can't hide. I'm gonna have her jump because she can cover more ground if she jumps. And we're gonna start making our way out of here. We're gonna try and flee combat. Oh, she can, okay. I don't really want her to flee combat. We'll just do it. We'll just do it. Okay. Dirge. bit worried about Carla because she's like the last one there. So, Dirge, can you hide again? They technically don't know where he is, right? And then use your action to dash. And we're just going to back all the way out over here.
I'm coming for you.
He can flee combat. Didn't even really need to dash. But I just want to be like back up for Carla should she need it. Flee combat. Yeah, he can straightforward flee combat. Okay. Which means they're doing their moves. Okay. Running forward. Oh, this... Right, okay. So the first one... I'm a bit sad that we went to camp because we didn't see what they did. The first one, this Adept Belle, she's cast a Guardian of Faith, which is fine because that can only do damage in that radius. And that also means that they've used up one of their spell slots. So that's actually really good. But yeah, we're fleeing combat here, guys. I could take them. But again, I want to try and take a more sneaky option. So we're just going to say that they just backed out back into the darkness across that bridge. And the other people were like reluctant to leave their posts. Okay, we're out of initiative. This is good. This does mean that I've got to get everybody back to me. So this is going to be a bit of a faff. But let's go back in. Okay. So we're going to say this is the closest waypoint to this, so I have to kind of go back round. But we'll say that they fled. They fled back this way and they just hid until the guards lost interest and kind of went about the business. And what we'll say as well is that the guards, because it's so dark and because we were so far along the dock, it's like they heard that there was something going down. Like they heard, you know, the person like, something's happening, back up. But they didn't actually see us. They don't know who did that. So they're not going to attack us when we go back. They were temporarily hostile. But this kind of explains why we got away with that and why they're not hostile when we return. I hope that makes sense.
If not over, then through.
Again, Dutch is a little bit sneaky. He's a little bit rogue, so like this idea of like picking them off one by one, I think would definitely work for him. Everybody crouch as well. And we can have a look in here. So Gus. Nothing in there. Again, everything is like better off in our hands than with the Zentarim, so I'm going to go ahead and send that to camp. We'll sell that at some point. That's really, really good armor, actually. It's very, very... it's got a high armor class, that armor.
Time to present.
I'll show you if we get more of it. So if you're struggling for, like, money or, like, you're struggling to find good stuff, that armor is pretty decent. It's, like, heavy armor. We'll take that.
Something good here, I hope.
Yeah, we'll take these camp supplies. Don't mind if I do. Okay. And then stop hiding. And we're going to act natural. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Heavy chest there that I definitely want to look in eventually. And we'll go all the way down here up this end. And we'll try and take out that other one. I think they come all the way down here as well. Right to the very end. So we're going to say Dirge is kind of like over here. Like maybe everybody can like hide. And we'll wait for that person to walk back this way. Can you see them coming? They might see us, but that's fine. I just want to pick them off one by one. Yeah, everybody's been seen. That's fine. I said don't be suspicious, guys. Let's go in turn-based mode. Oh, they're leaving. Okay, that's fine. Again, this is the one. This Adept Belle is the spellcaster. If I just look at them. Deathwood, Moon Shield. So we don't want her to be able to him. I don't know if this is a man or a woman.
Have I been this way
we don't
before?
want them to be able to attack us with spells. That's like their main ability. So using that Susa dagger that Astarian's got on them is going to definitely be good if we need to. But we're just going to crouch and sneak attack for now.
You were witnessed assaulting someone. You're headed for the cells.
You didn't see anything! Oh yeah, the other guy's in it as well. Okay, that's fine. We've got this. Lae'zel, go and hit this person really quite hard.
Be known.
Okay, and again. We've got this. Look at that, 9 hit points remaining. Lae'zel, move to one side. Astarion, do you know what? Let's just go and shank this person.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So they probably would have been... silenced had they not died. Yeah, we took them out. Right, job done. The other guy decided to walk the other way, which we appreciate. That's different armor. Let's send it all to camp. Okay, and do you know what? Maybe we need to, like, dispose of the evidence. Let's just throw this person. Too heavy to throw? Why? Lae'zel, can you pick them up?
Indolence breeds madness.
Too heavy. How much do you weigh, sir? Not to weight shame them, but... Karlach and Lae'zel are quite strong. I'm surprised that they can't pick him up. That's invisibility. Arrow of Roaring Thunder. Don't mind if I do. Not every barrel is going to have good stuff in, but I do find the ones that kind of lined up along the wall tend to be the better ones here. Okay.
Breathe deep
this one as well.
and move.
Okay, and like, let's look out as well and see if we can see anything. Apparently, originally, the intention of the developers was to create 2 Moonrise Towers, like two tower buildings, because it's Moonrise Towers, right, plural. And they just, the amount of development time it was taking, they ended up cutting it down to 1 tower. But apparently from the old Moonrise Towers, like the second one, you could actually see the camp of, you know, the Army of the Absolute camping out. It's such a shame. I wish that they'd done everything that they wanted to do. Because I don't feel shortchanged though. I feel like the game is incredibly detailed. I love it so much. I'm like, I want everything. I want everything the game has to offer. Right, this guy, everybody move back. Everybody move back. Quick, quick, quick before he moves. Everybody over here. Okay. This guy here.
Feeling better.
I'm going to try and blow him up with the fire wine, and hopefully that's going to destroy the shipping crate as well. So, Astarion, as much as you approved of doing something with this, I think we're blowing it up. I'm going to say Astarion does it accidentally. He's just trying to blow this guy up, and he accidentally blows the top holes up. Oh, I don't think it got him. Oh well, at least we took out the tadpoles. He's going to be angry with us now though, I think. I don't want him to get a shot on us, so...
Mind never quiet.
I think we just go in. I think we just go in. I'd rather him be closer though, I think. Okay, I'm gonna exit turn-based mode and see what happens. Oh, he set himself on fire, idiot. What are you doing? Nothing!
An act of vandalism has taken place. You might want to clear up this particular mess.
I wouldn't know anything about that. Well, it wasn't me.
You have a convincing air of innocence about you. That's enough for now.
Dirge has a convincing air of innocence about him. Are you sure about that? Right, let's get him before he heals. Let's go. I'm going to get behind him. We're going to go ahead and sneak attack this guy. So if I hide and then attack with advantage. 18 hit points. Not bad. Not bad at all. No point moving away from him. I've not got very much movement speed. Let's go to Karlach.
Good meal.
All right, Gilly. Let's go. Let's just hit this guy. We have got, like, Legacy of Avernus, so I'm going to go ahead and do that on him. Only 50% chance. She missed. Tenacity, go for it. Didn't work out too well. Let's go in with our Branding Smite. This does a lot of damage. Critical hit. Look at all that damage she did. Look at all those chickens. 19 radiant damage. Sweet. 6 fire damage. 22 bludgeoning damage. Attack roll 20 critical. Yeah, cool. Strength modifier 22. So yeah, it doubled the damage, right? D20 at 3. I don't know. I don't understand what I'm reading there half the time. I do understand how to like calculate things in D&D. I'm a DM. I do that all the time. But I don't know. Like the way it's formatted confuses me. My brain can't handle it. This guy has... He's dead. That's it. She did it. Exit turn-based mode.
A parasite brimming with magic. Take it.
Okay, Dirge,
Right.
I guess,
What
you
now?
know what? Astarian's Constellation Prize, he gets 2 Mind Flayer specimens. When we pick these up, just notice that they go straight into the Illithid Powers menu now. So if Minthara wants to make use of those at some point, she can do. There's a lot of dead Mind Flayer tadpoles around, some torches, and whatever this guy has on him. Yeah, he's got that good armor on. So it's not enchanted, it doesn't do anything particularly special, but it is an armor class of 18. So if you have players like, I think like barbarians, paladins, fighters, anyone who is has any kind of feats to use heavy armor, this is really decent armor to protect people with. But we're not using it because we've actually got better armor from all our escapades. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The only chest really worth checking around here, as far as I'm aware, is this one here, the metal
Something
trunk.
good here.
None of these really have anything in them, as far as I know. This one has some cool arrows. And yeah, that's it. We've done it. We've cleared the docks. So Cordia now has a nice escape route to come out here with. I'm going to head back to camp for a second. Okay, I'm going to say that the team meets up inside the dungeon of Moonrise Towers, and that's where they kind of like start to plan. Now, again, normally with Baldur's Gate, you only get a team of 4 people, and I do kind of really want Dirge and Cordia to do this. So rather than having the 2 groups going in there, I'm going to kind of like do a group of mixed people with Cordia, Dirge, and who else do I want? Gale and Lae'zel, actually. So let's ungroup.
Where am I?
Ungroup.
What's going on?
We'll have Dirge with Cordia, Gale and Lae'zel going into the dungeons. Again, just to keep within the rules of the game that you're meant to have like teams of 4 for fighting. I don't think I need to short rest, to be honest. I think I'm fine. I'm just going to have Cordia, because she had blood taken. She needs to do a little bit of healing. There we go. And this is going to be the team that goes and sorts out that situation. Again, I like the idea of them like regrouping and being like, okay, let's go forward. Like the rest of the team, you can be backup. We'll give you a shout if we need you. We're going to go in and kind of like suss out this situation. I'm really excited for this. I really, really love this part. And I was talking about this with Veilguard as well with Dragon Age, because when I first started playing it, as a shadow dragon, your backstory is that you freed a load of slaves, and people kept on praising me for that, and it didn't really feel like I'd done anything to deserve that praise. Where with Baldur's Gate, I'm actually freeing slaves, and it makes me feel so, well, not slaves, but like, you know, the prisoners from Moonrise, and it makes me feel really good to do this, especially because she is a cleric of Illistery. It's like, it's very, very in character for her. Like, it's something that she would feel particularly driven to do and, you know, care very, very deeply about. Oh, we can go in that chest now as well.
No traps, please.
I love a little spider crawling around with her. We actually still have a spider egg sac, so we could have, like, 4 spiders with us if we wanted to, or 5 in total. Okay. Are we all ready? Dirge, Lae'zel, thank you for coming along with me in this moment. Should this be the end for us? I just want to say how much could you turn around when I'm talking to you? I just want to say how much I appreciate you and how much I've valued having you by my side. And she's going to give him a big hug. Let's give him a halcyon hug. Because your main characters can't really interact like this. You're only meant to have 1 player character. I've kind of like done some magic stuff in the background to make it so that I can have 2. And I would think that they would have a really good relationship. So even though like your characters can't interact directly, I do love that the Hugs mod lets me have those little kind of like RPG moments with Dirge. And Dirge is going to say, it's fine. No matter what happens in there, I've got your back. me and Lae'zel. Like, the actual people who can fight, like, with the back of the sorcerer and the wizard. To be fair, though, Gale's armor class is scary good. Gale has an AC of 20 and he's not actually even wearing armor. He's got a shield, but he's not wearing armor. He's just got like all this like stacked stuff. Mage armor, shield, ring of the weave, the mage's tunic. Dirge actually has the worst AC. Currently it's 17, quite luckily, but yeah, his AC is normally quite low. Anyway, okay, I'm just gonna stop stalling and we're gonna go in and do this.
I've been pondering something, Lae'zel. Why is it the Githyanki have belly buttons? When they hatch from eggs?
Gale?
I did not grant you permission to gaze upon my midriff.
I wasn't gazing, merely observing. Though that can hardly be said for a certain someone else.
Dirge, have you been gazing longingly at Lae'zel's midriff? You can't even see a midriff right now, it's covered. Like, I love Gale's like inappropriate conversation and his inappropriate comments. Also, this is why we need to mix up the teams a little bit from now on, just to make sure we get all those different dialogues from all the different companions. Dirge, I want him to speak to this guard here. Zealot Sereni?
Do I know you, true soul? Feels like we met before. Maybe in a previous life.
Maybe you've met Dirge before at Moonrise Towers, possibly.
Mine's never quiet. Kinder, you know.
Walking
To the
death.
prisoners, I mean. Any one of them could be elevated to true soul, should they accept the absolute.
Ugh. Then I shall have to keep them busy praying for mercy from other gods, won't I?
I thought there was hope for this one there for a second, because she was like, you should be nicer to the prisoners. And I was like, oh, I might have to spare her. But then she was like, because they might get more powerful than you, and sucking up to them now might be a good idea. You don't want to piss them off if they're going to get more power. Okay, Lothsworn Drow. I thought maybe she might have been a Seldarine Drow in disguise. She's a Seldarine Drow! Wait, she's a Seldarine Drow. We might have to spare those. Okay, all right. Let's keep going in. So we've got these eyes to deal with. We've also got these two nasty women who were the ones who were like torturing Minthara and like erasing her brain.
I'd bruise every traitor's mind 1,000 times over if the warden commanded it, and I do hope she commands it.
Nasty pasty.
Apostates must suffer by your own hand when needed. It is the absolute's way.
I'll deal with you later. Adept Keris?
Seems like a good moment to talk. Did you request this post too? I'm glad I got the warden and not Zarel. Don't get chatty with the prisoners, mind you. The warden won't like that.
Oh, I don't think you have to worry about Zarel anymore. She's taking a long rest. Okay, so she prefers the warden to Zarel. There might be hope for the warden yet. What have we got here? So I'm gonna have Dirge talk
Intestines throb.
These people. He would recognise, because this is the tieflings, guys. We found the tieflings from Emerald Grove. We've got Leah and Cal. This is the brother and sister of Roland the wizard. We've also got Danis here, who's the husband of Bex, and we've got Lacrissa, who is friends with Alfera, and this is the girl that Dirge made the bet with. So I feel like he'd talk to her.
I need a quick word.
There must be a way out of here. Please. I don't want to end up on some necromancer's slab.
Okay. So
I have such a headache.
If we keep looking...
So, Lae'zel, have you ever been tempted
Gale?
to use psionics in your, romantic endeavors?
Only once. Did you know, in low-gravity settings, Githyanki can maintain aerial suspension
slept
for
at all?
hours at
Have
a
you?
time?
Fair point. Fascinating. I think the Archmage
Tasha!
Tasha described a
Talked about
spell
that
with
before.
similar effect. Really must look that up.
Gale, he's all about the tricks in the bedroom, isn't he? So
With haste.
We've also got here Wolbrin Bungle. Yeah, should we have a chat with Wilbur Bongle? Yeah, let's have a chat with Wilbur Bongle. Hi.
I should speak up.
Nimble. Check for gaps, cracks, anything to leverage the rock. Nickels, tools. Get creative. This rock is basalt. It'll crack with enough pressure.
Escape plan.
Ah, don't mind us, true soul. The back wall is weak.
Your conversation has been cut short. These prisoners are for Disciple Balthazar's attention only.
Excuse me, I was having a conversation. We've got deception. I have permission from Balthazar. Ask him. Persuasion, which I'm better at. What are the prisoners going to do? Talk me to death? Or my apologies won't happen again. Again, we're going to try and pull rank here. What are the prisoners going to do? Talk me to death? See if we can persuade her to let us talk to them. We've got the friends cantrip. I don't... Oh, it breaks my concentration on deep thought, so I won't do that. And guidance also breaks my concentration. I kind of like the idea of keeping detect thoughts. Okay, you guys guidance me. Guidance me, guidance me. Let's try it without. I have got a +6. Oh no! Have I done it? No, I'm short, right? Oh, damn. No. Okay, let's roll again with our inspiration. I'm gonna guidance. We're breaking a detect thoughts. Let's go. Nat 20. I didn't even need to break my detect thoughts. Oh, guys. Okay, but thank you for guidancing me.
Your reasoning is hard to argue with. You're free to speak to the prisoners.
She stumbled over her words like I do. When she first tried it, she was like, and then she pulled her shit together and just nailed that line. That's what happened. Okay, hello again.
You ordered that guard about as if you were the Absolute herself. What do you want with us? Exactly.
Well, about that, I'm here to help you escape.
Huh. And why would you be so inclined?
Well, we met your friend Barkus. He's been so worried about you, and he told me you were here and asked me to help. And he's great. We really love him. He's been at our camp. He's helping give us some supplies. She's like singing Barkus's like good graces. You know, she's singing his praises.
Barkus is out here? Didn't think he had the stones.
Oh, he's been very brave.
Well, if he sent you, you're no slave to the Absolute. You're a damn wolf among sheep, aren't you? I reckon you and I were meant to meet. I'm Wilbur.
Shakes his hand through the bars. I'm Cordia. Pleasure to meet you.
We've got a plan. For us and the tieflings both. But we're scuppered without the right equipment. We need tools. That head case of a warden robbed ours, but anything that breaks rock will do. Even if it's not Iron Hand quality. Whatever you find, throw it through the bars. But for the love of Gerdel, make sure a guard doesn't see you. Or we're both done for.
Okay, on it. Hang tight, we'll be back.
Should leave. And soon.
Let's see if we can talk to anyone else. So there's this Nimble.
There's something evil here.
Whatever Wilbur says, do it. He's the only one that can get us out of here.
What was he saying? There's something evil here. Below, down below. So there's meat in the walls and there's meat down below as well, apparently.
Can you hear it crying? The stone. It's broken.
Do you have stone sense, sir? Are you Harding? Okay. So now that we've got permission to talk to these prisoners, let's go and talk to Leah.
You want to help? The gnomes couple cells down are up to something, and we're in.
So yeah, again, this is Roland's brother and sister. He was trying to fight his way through the darkness to go and save them. He thought it was his responsibility, but he overestimated his capabilities. We had to save him. Yeah, originally we convinced them to stay in the grove as well. She's the one who's like, what's the use of blades and spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay. So yeah, I don't know why that line's so stuck in my head. It's just she's so passionate about it. Okay. I've already spoken to them. We have a plan.
Whatever it is, we're in. Don't leave us in here.
I wouldn't dream of it. Don't worry, we'll get you out.
Any luck with the gnomes?
I'm working on it.
Well, hurry. Who knows when that nutcase of a necromancer will come for us?
Talking about Balthazar, right? We've got to go and find him.
We're good to go. Now get those bloody gnomes moving.
Okay, I was trying to talk to Cal. I was just wondering what they said if you like clicked on them repeatedly. There's also Janice back here who's Vex's husband.
Fair point.
The ones who wanted the dog.
Hey, you were in the grove, right?
I was. I don't know why I'd be like sketchy about it.
Please, have you seen Bex? Dark hair, golden eyes. Is she in another cell? Is she all right?
I think if Bex is being blonde. Is Bex not blonde? Yes, she's in the last light in with the others. She's safe.
She got away. Oh, thank the gods. Thank you. I was sure the curse. Look, tell her to go to Baldur's Gate. I'll meet her there.
I can do even better than that if you just bear with me. Okay, and we've also got, let's try Lacrissa again.
There must be a way out of here. Please. I don't want to end up on some necromancer's slab.
Okay. All right. Hang tight, guys. We'll see what we can do. I probably want to save at this point. I'm nervous. So there's a lot of people walking about. Let's go see what this warden is all about. So this is kind of one of the reasons why I want Dirge with me. Because apparently he's been here before. And he might have some authority if people recognize him. Oh, there's an eye in here as well. Okay, good to know that the eye patrol's in here.
Seems simple enough.
So what have we got? Let's have a quick scout first. So there's this prisoner log that he's just going to go over and like glance over. A list of prisoners who have passed through the dungeons of Moonrise Towers. A page opens on the following entry. So worth to know as well. So we found the Tieflings, but not Zevlor, the leader of the Tieflings. We haven't seen him yet. We've also found the Iron Hand Gnomes, but we've not found Will's dad yet. Fionn Featherlight, transferred to Disciple Balthazar's care. Right, we don't think being transferred to Disciple Balthazar's care is a good thing, because we saw his room and it was just full of blood and corpses. It's kind of like Dirge's dreams. Yusef Faraha, found dead in his cell, remains sent to the kitchen. I mean, I guess that's the Gnolls, right? The Gnolls probably were eating him. Anushka Tarasova swore allegiance to the Absolute, sent for subjugation. That word is hard to say. So that basically means that they're going to put a tadpole in her brain, right? Note, Disciple Balthazar's experiments now take priority. All prisoners are sent to his lab on his return, including Nimble Pantanon, Nichols Zeltron, and Wilburn Brongle. So Wilburn was just about to be sent to Balthazar, so it's a good thing that Balthazar is like gone AWOL, otherwise Wilburn probably would have been dead by now. So that is good to know. We've also got these levers which open the cells presumably, and this big lever here. So I'm not going to mess with those just yet. Where's she gone? Oh, she's there. It's okay. So we've got this eye to deal with. We'll wait until the eye leaves and then talk to the warden.
You, not you. Lord Ketherick may think you pose no threat to him in your disgrace, but I know the things you've done. Keep your bloody thoughts to yourself and your head down.
What have I done? I don't know what I've done. He's not going to say I'm harmless now. This sounds a bit too desperate. Please, you have to help me. I don't know what's going on. It's too desperate and nice to... You know, by the way she's talking about us, she clearly doesn't like us, so I don't really like how needy that sounds. It makes him sound vulnerable, and I think because he likes to intimidate, I don't think he'd put himself in that position. This sounds a bit too dismissive. we've got how in the hells do you know me, or you're going to tell me everything you know. I think he would, that sounds the most dirge to me. He doesn't want to let on that he doesn't remember her, but he's going to go with the intimidation. You're going to tell me everything you know. With like a little or else, you know?
Oh dear. Does someone think they're important? You are small, Trussell, insignificant, and above all, replaceable. Do not forget that.
She clearly doesn't like him.
You set foot in our tower once. You did not leave. At least not through any door I have watch over. I assumed you overstayed your welcome. Little did I expect you to intrude again. Your name, your place, was kept from all of us last time, but you were to be shown the utmost of respect. Respect you must have proven yourself unworthy of. And now, you waste my time. Regardless, know this. I am the Warden. The prisoners are my charges, and I answer to Disciple Balthazar himself. Stay on my good side.
Ooh, okay. Big dirge lore backdrop there. Okay. So really doesn't like him. Didn't think much about him the first time. They were told not to ask questions about him, and they weren't given any information about who he was, but they had to be respectful. So clearly he was important. But she didn't see him leave, so she presumed that he'd gotten somebody's bad side and probably been killed. And she's not too happy that he's back. I'll do my utmost to impress you. Listen, we're not kissing her ass. We're not backstabbing the gnomes. I don't really like any of these. He wouldn't say this. Other tieflings, your own people are in a cell. I'm looking for a particular prisoner. Let's say, because he doesn't like her, right? She's clearly being aggressive, so he's gonna say, "No wonder I didn't remember you. You have such a dull face." He's been taking lessons out of Astarian's backtrack book.
My face might be bland, but yours? It is now carved into my memory forever.
I think we've made an enemy, guys. He doesn't care. We're not going to ask who is Disciple Balthazar. Yeah, do you know what? Damn it, let's ask. Who exactly is Disciple Balthazar? Like, Dirge is like, never heard of her. He's doing the Mariah Carey things. Like, who? Who is she? Never heard of her.
My, they are letting all sorts become a Trussell these days.
Who do you think you are, lady?
Chief advisor to General Ketherick, and one of the Absolute's favored. His necromancy is second only to the General's. It is an honor to serve him.
I too am interested in necromancy. I'm looking for a particular prisoner, and you'd do well to give me the information if you know what's best for you. Duke Ravengard.
He sounds important, and I'm afraid the mere dregs are the only ones left in my care.
Where do the important ones go? Okay, that's all we're doing. We're gonna leave. I don't like this lady. So, let's fuck her up. Guys, we're in initiative. Okay, so, Dirge. Oh, I wish I had the Susa dagger off Astarian. Let's try and... let's make sure I've got my knife. Let's try and go with a little bit of crawler mucus, because we don't want her sounding the alarm, right? We don't want her going out and kind of getting the other guards involved. We want to try and take her out quietly. So I'm going to try and paralyze her. And hopefully sneak attack. No, I can't sneak attack. It's fine.
You were witnessed assaulting someone. You're headed for the cells.
I think not. We're going to attack. Ooh. Ooh, what's this? What else is there? Okay, it's okay. I can see 2 red things, but I think one's on the floor above us. Okay, we're going in with... Oh, it's Lae'zel. Okay, Lae'zel. We probably want to try and disarm her, right? We've also got Soulbreaker. Let's go in with a disarming attack. Try and get that crossbow off her. She's saved. Oh, okay. She's got Hellish Rebuke. Counterspell. Stop her from doing that. Okay. All right, we're okay. 50. She's got almost 100 hit points, and here comes the eye. Damn it. Okay. Okay. We can do this. Let's go in with the Soulbreaker in that case. Oh, we missed? Damn. Okay, in that case, I'm going to try and go with a Pommel Strike to make her dazed. Okay, and then I'm going to Action Surge. And then we're going to go in again. Nice. And again, come on, Lae'zel, you've got this. 27 hit points out of almost 100. Amazing. And we can run away and get out of range so that someone else can get her with an attack. She is going to get a go on us. She does deal a lot of damage, but hopefully she's like at disadvantage or something because she's dazed. What's she doing? She's moving. We can see her on the map. Oh no, that's the eye upstairs. Okay. This is okay because Cordia
can't even catch my
has
breath.
see invisibility. So if I can find her... Oh no, damn it, I don't know where she's gone. Has she gone upstairs? She might have gone upstairs, damn it. Okay, Cordia, could you on your go take out the eye so that... God, I hope it doesn't destroy the door. I just want it to get the eye. Okay, alright. I think she might have gone upstairs, so I want to get upstairs with my see invisibility, and there's another eye upstairs. So what I'm calculating right now is I've got the thunder damage. I can use Quicken Spell to get my thunder damage again and take out that eye that's gone upstairs, but I haven't got the movement to get upstairs. So what I might do... Is she in this room? This is the question. Or has she gone upstairs? I feel like she's gone upstairs. I could try and Misty Step, but then I won't be able to like Action Surge. I'm really sad that I can't see where she's gone. Okay, let's go to Dirt.
Still on my feet.
And do we have a potion of see invisibility? See invisibility, there we go. So I can take that. And then if I go upstairs... Right, this eye is in combat now, but we haven't found her still. Where on earth did she go? Okay, let's try and take out that eye. I might not be able to do it. I've got advantage so I can sneak attack. Because these things, they're specifically vulnerable to thunder damage. And they're resistant to everything else, but it's only got 8 hit points, so I reckon I might be able to take it out with a sneak attack. Yeah, okay, so we don't have to worry about that, and I'm also invisible. 2 can play that game, girlfriend. 2 can play that game. Okay, alright, this is okay.
Let's go.
Where did she go? The only thing that I can really think to do now is to Misty Step over here. And just see if we can see anything. Can I hex? Oh, that's the PolyamoryFixes thing. That's the other mod. All my mods will be listed in the description below. If you want to see which mod I have previously, just look on the previous video, and the new mod should be in the description box, should I remember to do it. Right, we still can't see her. This is a problem. This is a problem. Okay.
What fools
Gale.
these mortals be.
Okay, what I might do. I'm thinking Sleet Storm. Right, another trick that I've got. Like, you can ping them, but I don't like to do that. If we... Wait, is she behind Gale? Is she behind Gale? Or is it just... She might be behind Gale. So if we look where the line is, the line will jump around her. If she's down on this floor, we won't be able to go in like a straight line, because... Where on earth did she go? Because I didn't see any of the doors open. Wait, is that her? Is that where she is? No, she's not there. Where is she, guys? I've got a feeling she might be right behind Gale. Because he can't go in... I actually genuinely don't know. And I don't want to end up fighting the whole prison right now. I was going to like pick them off one by one. I don't know where she is. This is a problem. The only thing I can think to do is do like an area attack. I don't know if that's just the table. So if I do an area attack, it might reveal where she is, right? I could do like fireball and hope it hits her. I just feel like that's a waste of a spell though. I guess we could get Gale to also have see invisibility, but I wonder if it's like at the start of the turn. Let me go back up to Dirge.
Where do I go from here?
Cancel end turn. Genuinely don't know where this woman is. I'm so confused. She might have the jump on us.
One can't always be a gentleman.
I'm sorry guys, I don't know what to do. I'm a bit nervous. I think I'm just gonna have to try and see invisibility as well. Scroll of elixir of sea invisibility. Let's go with the scroll because it's Gale, right? Cast spell. No, I don't know where she is. I think that's all you can do, really. And I've got my little spider buddy. Just get into the corner, spider. Damn it. I don't get to get Lae'zel's turn. Right, that's going around Gale. I reckon I bet she's upstairs. I'm going to move Lae'zel to the stairs just so she has a better vantage point on the next go. And we're just going to hope for the best. Is she upstairs? What is she doing? She tries to do lightning arrow on Lae'zel. Okay, counter spell. Okay, she's downstairs. Oh, she revealed herself. No, that's Cordia. Wait, what? Where is she? She should have revealed herself because... She should have revealed herself because she cast a spell. At least it didn't work. Right, we've got see invisibility. There is a chance that we could see her if I go down. Wherever she was, she tried to cast it on Lae'zel. I feel like she... Where was she? Why can't we see her? Why isn't see invisibility working? Damn it. I could use an arrow of many targets. Would that work? But I'd have to have a target to hit in the first place. I'm just going to hit the floor and hope that... Or a chair. And hope it bounces off and hits her. It didn't. God damn it!
Time to push my luck again.
Where is she? Because she will have moved, right? Genuinely don't know where she is and it's frustrating me. Okay, what if you move this way? Again, I'm just trying to see her. Because Cordia has seen visibility. Dancing lights. Because dancing lights... Is that the one that turns people visible if they're not visible? No, fairy fire. All targets in the light turn visible and attack rolls against them have advantage. Okay. Let's try and do it just in the middle of the room. Is she visible? No, where is she? This woman's getting the better of us right now. Try going back upstairs. See again if she's upstairs. I'm so confused about where she is. She's upstairs, isn't she? Ah, there she is. I knew it. So annoyed that seeing visibility didn't work. Okay, at least we can see her now. We've got this. Okay, get upstairs. I'm annoyed that we wasted our see invisibility potion on her. We don't have advantage, but she's not doing great. Let's eye snipe her. She might fall over it if we eye snipe her. She might slip on the ice. Right, and then get out of the way, Dirge. You okay, Gale? Okay. Oh, I should have used my bonus action.
Have to keep going.
I think we've got this now. Now that I can see her, I feel more confident. I didn't know she could go invisible. What has she got left? 20 hit points remaining. Well, do you know what I'm going to do to you, lady? Oh, I don't want a lightning bolt. Witch bolt at level 2. And we're going to do both. I don't need that. I missed. God damn it. Okay, we're going to quicken spell. And we're going to... I don't want to waste all my good stuff. Can I shop invest, but I can't. I don't want to waste all my spell slots because I'm already getting a little bit low. So I'm just going to go ahead and... I'm just going to Sacred Flame. No, do you know what? I'm going to save my stuff. I'm going to save my stuff. I'm not going to do that. Let's just get out of the way. And Gale's okay. I'm going to just skip my turn. And then Gale is going to go in with a higher level. She's encrusted with frost, so there we go. We did it, finally. That was a lot harder than I was expecting it to be because she went bloody invisible. Okay, guys, I don't think you're meant to be up here, but I think we killed the eye, so I think we're okay. Maybe we should crouch. Is there anything interesting in this room? Gold chalice, gold ring. So this is stuff that they've taken off the prisoners, probably. Invasion plans for the Sword Coast. There's some boxes. Let's loot her body because she probably has like a key on her.
Anything of use?
My energy wanes. Time to rest.
It's okay, we'll short rest and you'll get your action surge back.
Lovely little pick-me-up.
Lovely little pick-me-up. Heavy plate armor, I'm just going to send that to camp. Heavy crossbow, we don't need that, send it to camp. She's got the Spell Crux amulet with spell slot restoration. Respelled an expender's spell slot of any level. That is awesome. Okay, I'm probably going to end up giving that to Gale in the long term, but Cordia could really actually use that right now. And she's got some other bits and bobs. I've got some more arrows of many targets. No, that's a barbed arrow. Maybe that's what I used. Maybe I thought it was an arrow of many targets and it wasn't. Okay. In fact, actually, let me inspect that. Yeah, I accidentally used a barbed arrow instead of an arrow of many targets. But if you're dealing with invisible enemies, if you can hit something with an arrow of many targets and it bounces and hits them, that's a really good way of making them visible again. I just used the wrong type of arrow. Okay, so Cordia...
Stay crouched forever.
We've already got the thing that gives us the spell slot restoration, this thing that gives us it to level 3, but this gives it to us at any level. This is going to be really useful actually, because I can also convert it into sorcery points. So I could do like my level 4 spell slot into sorcery points and then restore it. I'm going to restore a level 3 spell slot because I need it. I could also restore like a level 6 spell slot, but I don't think I have level 6 spells. I'm just going to do a level 3. There we go. Okay, cool. I've got a spell slot back. Perfect. Love that. I've already used the other one to convert to sorcery points. So, yeah. Okay, all right, cool. Crouch. What else have we got up here? So over here on this table, normally you find Wulbrun's hammer. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Wulbrun's hammer and then he can kind of break out of his cell. Some clothes and things. I'm just going to leave those. Some boots, disarm kit. Nothing too interesting there. I'll take the black staff for camp supplies. A hat. Yeah, sorry, my video cut out. This is where our stuff goes. If we get like locked up in the cells, this is where we find our equipment. But we've got here the Browbeaten Circler. The wearer gains a +1 bonus to spell save DC when threatened. And the Cyanide. Once per short rest, you can encase a target in fairy fire for 2 turns if you miss an opportunity and attack against it. That would have been really good for her because she was going invisible and fairy fire stops that. That would have been good to know beforehand. Some torches. I might take this pouch just because pouches can be quite handy to have for inventory sortage and for robbing traders. What's over here? Nothing too interesting there. There's a carrot. I'm alright, I don't want the carrot, thank you. Some decent potions. We've also got like potions of arcane cultivation. I might actually have that. Again, that's going to restore one of my spell slots, so that's amazing. Some more good stuff. I think Gale's okay, right? He's got quite a few spell slots left. It's Cordia that went through them quite quickly. Okay, nothing too interesting there. Okay, I think we're done in here. So what I'm going to do before we actually leave this room, I'm going to ungroup and I'm going to have Cordia sneak out this way. And I'm going to show you a little sneaky way to get Wulbrun's hammer over to him. If we climb out here and jump across here, path is interrupted. No, it's not. I know I can get through here. Maybe it's not that one. Is it one back? This one, over here, where the column's damaged. My spider doesn't really have to come with me, but I appreciate the moral support. And then over here, yeah, here we go. So we can go over here on the walls above Wulbrun's cell, basically. And if we stay out of sight, we can now throw his hammer to him. Here we go. That bloody heavy chest always gets in my inventory. I'm actually just going to drop it right there because it annoys me. Throw weapon. So if I throw it back here, where I'm not in the red, or here, Wulbrun can go and get his hammer.
If everyone else minds their business.
This is it. Good work. We're gonna wait until it's quiet and then bust out the back wall.
Okay.
We'll grab the tieflings along the way. We'll need them if it comes to a fight. You, however, are the clincher. Once we move, keep the patrols busy. If the bastards spot us, all of bloody Moonrise will come down on us.
Let's try and deal with a few of the guards before you make your escape. Hold in your cell until I return.
Hurry, or we're all dead.
Stop worrying. I've got this. Okay, so
they should all be run.
I can go back over here now, back over to the group. Okay, so Dirge can now break out the back wall. So there's different ways that you can do this. We could also go in here. Another alternative way to do this is to go in here and open the cells, in which case the tieflings and the gnomes will start attacking the guards. But obviously they've not really got weapons or anything like that, so that can go really, really badly, and the guards are hard. So I do recommend, if you're trying to get them out, do it this way, where you throw them the hammer. Just be really sneaky and make sure nobody sees you, and let them go out the back way, and then you just have to deal with any guards that see you. But yeah, what I'm going to do now, Dirge is looking out of that back window and he's like, what is that? And he wants to go and have a look at what that is. So he's going to head out while Claudia is doing that and throwing Wolverine. Sorry, there's little flies. I don't know why the little flies come in winter. They're like little fruit flies and they're horrible. So he just used the key to get out this back door. Yeah, he's going to go and check out what's happening over here. Again, maybe this is why, like, you know, when he has all those visions of his past life before he woke up on the Nautiloid, maybe this is what he was seeing, you know. Maybe he wasn't responsible for all the violence. Maybe it was because he was around Balthazar. Oh, did you see that? Like, the thing, like, howled. So, yeah, looking down there to all his tentacles, that looks like what Dirge saw last time when he put his hand in the wall and he was taken into, like, the mind of the... Mind Flayer, the Elder Brain. So yeah, he's like, that is Illithid. And it looks like they've been like feeding the prisoners to the Illithid. This looks like a feeding tube. Look at all this, all these corpses. So I don't think there's anything too interesting around here. I don't know if we can like jump down there, but I don't really want to try it. Ooh, I can hear the fly noises. Talking about flies, right? Gross. Hopefully I haven't got like tentacles in the walls. Okay, Dirge is having a look at that and he's feeling really disturbed. Again, he hates the idea of being like manipulated by that or having something to do with the whole situation. So Dirge is back with us. Let's head back out and see what we can do about the other guards. Like, we don't all have to crouch now. You can stand up.
I'd bet my last copper. There's a pier nearby.
So there's definitely some more eyes floating around. Here's one now. We definitely want to deal with these eyes. But there's this guard that's kind of by himself. So we're doing the same technique. We're just going to kind of wait until the coast is clear. And then we'll try and attack this guard. Let's go over here where it's dark. I'm just checking the inventory. So again, this is probably what they're feeding people, like the rotten food. Or other prisoners, apparently. Right, is anyone coming? Yeah, she's coming. We'll wait until she goes. And we'll wait until we're clear of the eye, and we'll try and pick them off one by one. Actually, I don't want to be in turn-based mode yet. Group hide.
I just want a little look.
And then turn-based mode. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to go in with Dirge first. With a sneak attack.
May the gods take you first.
You're being arrested for assault. Judging by the look on this guard's face, you're getting off lightly.
Actually, attack. Okay, we've got to be quite quick while it's just him. Sneak attack again? Yes, advantage. Let's go. Oh, that was a decent amount of damage as well. Okay, and then we can go in with our offhand attack. Nice. Remember that Dirge's daggers kind of work together a little bit. We've got the Sword of Life Stealing. I'll just hover over it and you can kind of have a read of that if you want to. Sword of Life Stealing and the Knife of the Undermountain King. So he's doing a decent amount of damage on his turns. Okay. Oh, shit! Projected ward! Projected ward! Sorry, Dirge, I forgot that we were also involved. Okay, Gale, could you please... we need to get this guy. Could you please... I don't want to get Dirge. On second thoughts, Lae'zel, could you get around here and help Dirge out? Sorry, bad camera angles, guys. So, Lae'zel, get in on this fight, please. Come on, quick, before anyone else sees us, because that woman should be coming back soon. Oh my god, stop sneaking, just do it. Damn, we missed. Okay, that's okay. Soulbreaker, she's here. The other woman's found us. Okay, that's fine. They're down. Okay, that woman's back. Have I got Misty Step as a bonus action? I have, perfect. Misty Step over to her. Which, I'm sad that made me lose my great weapon bonus, but now I can action surge. And we can go in on her as well. Trip attack. Oh, damn, we missed. Okay, trip attack again. Yes! Okay, down. Okay, get out of there, Lae'zel. Get over here, please.
Make way.
So that we can attack with, like, Gale. We've also got Cordia, who can come out and do her thunder damage on that eye. So come over here. And we're gonna level 3 thunder damage. It's actually a level, yeah. We can do it as a level 2 spell. I might do that. Again, just to save my spell slots. And I'm gonna go on her, but we're also gonna get the eye in it. Okay, the eye's gone. Okay. Right, whose turn is it? Gale, get over here, mate.
Please, Mistra.
She's got 25 hit points. I think we go in with a level 3 Ice Knife. Okay, 4 hit points remaining. We've got this, guys.
Victory.
Okay, Lae'zel, you're done. She's up. Oh no, she's got a spell. She fell prone. Okay, perfect. Okay, Dirge, could you, because she's prone, have you got advantage? Move forward a little bit, mate.
Into the bloody fray.
Can we, he hasn't got advantage, why not? That's weird. I think he's probably got this with 75. Wait, why is she still up? Why is she still up? Oh, I bet she had that thing where you, when you go to like 1 hit point, you like recover. Dude, that was a scam. That was such a scam. Can we get over to her? No. Oh, that is so scammy. It's okay, we've got turns, yeah, we've got turns. Firebolt. No, Ray of Frost. Let's keep up the cold damage. There we go. he must have got down to 0 hit points because that's why you went invisible. But I think she had that thing where like when you get to 0 hit points you kind of like recover. Oh my goodness, that was dramatic. Okay, what does this guy have on him? He has a key as well, Moonrise Guard key. He's also got that good armor, which honestly goes for quite a decent value. And a void bulb. Okay, let's send the rest to camp. What's here? Camp supplies, we'll take it. You know what? We're gonna be on the road for a little bit, traveling to Last Light Inn with the refugees, and so I feel like they're gonna be a little bit hungry after being in here. So they can have snacks. They can have snacks on the way to the Last Light Inn. Look, there's like a leg there. Dirge, there's a leg. It's like I've already got a leg. Okay, again, a little bit of stuff here. Let's get rid of that. Send to camp. And then let's go and clear out more of the prison. I might save. I'm nervous. Okay, we've still got a decent amount of spell slots left, so I think we can probably clear out a few more of the guards before we let the prisoners free. Because we've got the tieflings here as well, so we need to check that nobody's going to see anything around here. And I think there is another eye floating around. I might be wrong about that. And there's these 2 women as well that I really don't like. I'm not seeing another eye. We might have taken out all the eyes. But I think we should probably take out these women because they are quite close. So what I'm going to do, Dirge, you need to heal, my love. Also, does Lae'zel have her action surge?
He's probably holed up somewhere.
Okay, there we go.
Better than nothing.
Okay. Everybody hide.
If he saves us, I'll never hear the end of it.
Split up. Lae'zel, come over here, please. Try not to get in the right line. Lae'zel, come over this way. Dirge also. Dirge, go with Lae'zel. I've got a plan.
Taking my time.
Because basically, yeah, and then Cordia and everybody stay here. Actually, can we get the spider to move back just to keep him safe? And then I'm going to move Cordia back a little bit as well. Okay, so basically, we've got these 2, but there's a guard here, no, here, and there's also the 2 guards that are up here. So I don't want to draw everybody's attention, just these 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Dirge use... I'm so invested. I'm going to have Dirge use Minor Illusion over here to draw their attention. Okay, we've got one of them. That's okay. That's all right. Let's go in with... Sneak attack.
You were witnessed assaulting someone. You're headed for the cells.
What I'm thinking is, do a straightforward attack or do I talk myself out of it and then we're attacking. We're going in. Okay. She's only seen 2 of us though. So, how many hit points does she have? She's got quite a lot. Okay. She's got a knife, but she's going to be a spellcaster, right?
I'll get us out if I can, even if I need to kill every bastard in this hell pit.
Let's just go in with a trip attack. Okay. Decent amount of damage. Okay, straightforward attack. Oh, 6 hit points remaining. Okay, that's okay. Just flurry of blows. Okay, and then we've got her. I can't get to her. If I action surge, does it give me movement as well? I don't believe so, but I could go in with my arrow attack. Or can I get to her? No, I can't. Okay, that's okay. We're gonna go in with a straightforward arrow of ice and she might slip. Okay. And then follow that up with another arrow of ice. Okay, I know I could have inflicted bleeding, but...
On the move.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, Lae'zel entered.
The dance of
Dirge. Also do Ice Knife. We're going in with like lots and lots of ice damage right now. He does have sneak attack on her though. He's got advantage, I think. Move forward a little bit.
At the ready.
A sneak attack does a lot of damage. Okay. She's not doing too great. 15 hit points remaining. She is gonna have spells. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna separate everybody. So if she does like a ranged spell, she doesn't get everybody. So I'm gonna move away from Lae'zel so that everybody's spread out and they're not all hit by anything that's like an area attack. Try and hide? Oh, he did hide. Okay. Oh, why did I do that? Oh shit. Lae'zel's... Is Lae'zel confused? No, it didn't work. Dirge is confused. That means he's going to attack us. Okay. I haven't even got Gale and Cordia into this battle yet. I think honestly, Lae'zel might have it. Concentration's broken, so Dirge is no longer confused. 3 hit points. Damn it. Can you get over to her? Can you just go and hit her? No. That's okay. We'll get Gale involved.
Surprised you spotted me.
With a sneaky little... I don't even think we need to Ice Knife. She's got 3 hit points. I think we can Ray of Frost.
A spell a day.
Okay. Alright. We did it.
I can't waste any more time.
Do we also want to...
On my way.
Or am I getting overconfident? Do we want to try and get the rest of the guards down here? What do you guys think? Do you want me to get all the guards? Before we free everybody? I have been recording for a while. I'm just aware of like recording time. Is OBS okay? How long have I been recording for? 2 hours. Maybe just that guy. Maybe just that guy. Everybody hide. He is a spellcaster, which makes me nervous. But maybe Dirge can just go ahead and minor illusion this guy over here. He's probably gonna see us all. That didn't work. I think he's too close to the others. I'm gonna leave it. We've cleared this room. I don't think that... If he's not noticing the cat meowing, like, they're not gonna notice the prisoners escaping through the back wall, are they? I think we're good. I think we've got this. I think we're okay.
Better be all right.
So I'm gonna have...
He's probably holed
I'm
up
so
somewhere,
excited for
planning
this.
to burst in, spells ablaze,
I'm so
and
excited.
rescue us.
So I'm gonna have Cordy go and tell Wolverine Bungle that he can go.
I'll never hear the end of it.
Good work. We're gonna wait until it's quiet and then bust out the back wall. We'll grab the tieflings along the way. We'll need them if it comes to a fight. You, however, are the clincher. Once we move, keep the patrols busy. If the bastards spot us, all of bloody Moonrise will come down on us.
Speaking of good news, we've everybody's dead. We've killed the warden, we've killed the eyes, and we've killed the patrols. So there's some guards at the entrance, but you should be fine. Just go for it. We'll cover you. It's time. Let's do this.
We'll move once it's quiet. Until then, be ready.
Stop being so dramatic. It's quiet. Go, Wulbren. So he's going to go and go through this wall back here.
I must make it to Baldur's Gate. I must.
And then, true to his word, he should come around here. Can you see they're all waiting? And he's going to come and bust these guys out as well. There we go. So they should stay back there now. If I go and open the cells and then we can follow them. Cell 1.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
What's this one? I feel like this is an alarm. Communal cell leader. I don't know why I have it in my head that that's an alarm, but I feel like it's an alarm. I'm just going to pull all these. There we go. If we do it individually, it's just a bit safer. So there we go. We have opened the cells. Like I say, if you do that too soon, though, they'll run out this way, and then they'll encounter like all those really like heavy hitting guards, and it doesn't go too well for them. But yeah, because we've opened it up, they'll stay back there now, which is amazing. While we're making our way over
Still
there,
alive. So
I'm going to
that's
have
progress.
Dirge go and explore this area a little bit.
Don't waste a step.
He's just a bit curious. He's really intrigued by whatever's going on, like in the walls and underneath. So he wants to kind of take a look at this. Let's read this. You hear things down here, things from people with nothing left to lose. No more secrets to keep. You hear that Ketheric's untouchable, except he isn't really. That he's got some relic or other in a mausoleum, a link. That's what you hear. And you hear that the link can be severed. You hear things like that, but you mostly hear them from people who are already out of their minds. Do you know what? There might be something to it. I'm going to take that book for future reference. And I'm going to say he's looking down here, and I'm going to say he slips. Or does his curiosity get the better of it?
What the hells is this place?
We're in the oubliette. Oubliette. I wonder if there's any helping hands. Parasite. Sent to camp. So, Zealot crits. That didn't end too well for him. And look at how many bodies are here, guys. This is what happens to people who don't fit in with...
An illithid oubliette. Right beneath the towers. A colony must be close. That must be where the tadpoles are coming from.
Yeah, so it seems like they're like feeding this thing. This is all like blood and bones. Anything else I can click on here? Oh. I mean, like I say, if this is what Dirge was seeing in his dreams, it explains a lot if he's already been here before. Oh, what's this? The easy life. What to wear, what to say to your spouse, who to befriend, why are you working at your job, why do you care about taxes, what to cook, read, pay for, sell, you know, bullshit. Why is there no end to the bullshit? I have a secret for you. There is, brothers and sisters. There, most certainly, is. I used to be neck deep in bullshit. I'm neck deep in something down here. I wouldn't say it's that. I think it's something else. A shit buffet, an excrement parade, a crap storm of meaningless. All those, you know, those little fucking decisions that we have to make. I'm a Libra. I understand this is sentiment. I'm like, don't make me decide. I don't want to make any decisions. All those little fucking decisions we have to make that aren't really there. They're basically devoid of purpose. In a shared community of thought and goal, like, say, a cult. Dirty, dirty word. I don't like it, but I had that decided for me, brothers and sisters. Every day is new and exciting, with none of the choices mildewing in your noggin. People say cults are about conformity. I say they break it. I say they snap conformity's rotten, scrawny neck. So this is like somebody trying to convince other people to join the cult, I guess, or they're just indoctrinated. I can hear talking. Hello, are you okay? Chop chop.
Look, there's something on the other side. No way through from here, though.
I can see like a body. Oh, look at this tentacle. Oh, look over here, yeah. Oh, look, look, look.
Pretty faces gone, chop. Faces. No faces, only meat. Never think, never stop, only chop, chop, chop.
Someone's in denial about the job there, I see. Maybe we'll meet Chop later, we'll find out.
That's a friendly-looking shadow.
And yeah, we'll make our way up.
Hook horror. Oh, wonderful.
Hook horrors. Okay, oh. Okay, I'm gonna try and sneak past them. We'll see how this goes. It might end badly for Dirge. Oh, don't do that. Survival fail. Okay. Just try and be a little bit sneaky here and not get this guy's attention. Everything's fine. He's got invis potions that he can use if they do spot him, but I'm out of here. Let me know if there's anything good in that area that I've missed. Oh, my cat wants to go out. Excuse me for a second, guys. Yeah, do let me know if anything interesting is down here that I might have missed, and I can come back and look for it later. But yeah, I think Dirge is like, he's had enough of that.
Ugh. The stink of that place might never wash out.
Yeah, a little bit gross down there. So he's doing a lot of failed survival checks as well. He's missing, like, you know, stuff that you can dig up. So I might send someone down there again later. I might do it off camera. We'll see. I think I can stop crouching now, though. Yeah, the amount of skulls here. So this takes us out, kind of like over where we killed that guard. We can also go around this way. And this leads us to where Wulbren and his friends are making their great escape. So I'm going to go back to Cordia. You can see she's right next to him pretty much. And then we'll regroup everybody. And we're going to make our way out of here finally. Like I say, do let me know if I'm missing anything in here. Maybe there's like some secret hidden items that I'm missing. I don't know. Well, hopefully Dirge will join us. Come on, Dirge. Dude, what are you doing over there? Well, everybody's going to jump over now, aren't they?
Pull yourself together.
All of you pull yourself together. Get over here. So this is a good way to get into like the back way if you want to take the wall down from the back, I guess.
Still breathing, despite everything.
There's also a
corpses.
chest here.
Build my castle.
But I reckon I'm going to get interrupted by the cutscene.
Boat's good to go. All that's left is to ship off. My plan for now is to hide out on the water. Unless you have a better idea.
Just so happens that I do. You can stay behind if you want, but she's gonna say, I'll come with you. I know a place called the Last Light Inn. You'll be safe there. Stop talking, just get on the damn boat.
Safe? That's no small claim in these parts. Lead the damn way.
Right on it. Gale like dusted himself off. Yay, so we did it. We made it out of Moonrise. Everybody survived. Well, everybody that we found survived. And yeah, we're making our way back to the Last Light Inn. We can go and show Jaheira. We can be like, Mother, praise us.
You drift through the dark until time, skill, or luck brings you to Last Light's dock.
Hold there. You can't just land and start unloading strangers. They're procedures, damn it. No one gets in without being tested. Commander Jaheira's orders.
We just escaped the Absolute. These people need sanctuary, not procedures.
And they'll have it once we know they're free from infection. Here, form a line. Let's see if the Absolute's little pet recognizes any of you.
The Absolute's what? What are you doing?
I do understand, right? This is a sanctuary. They can't just be letting anyone in. If people are infected, they could like come in and sabotage and things like that. So she would understand that they have to do their checks, just like how Jaheira checked us with the tadpole where she like held it up to our head. So we know what they're gonna do. She's gonna say, he only wants to see if you're infected. It's safe. I promise.
If what you've said is true, no one has anything to fear. If not, well, we'll soon find out. Now, form a line. I'll not ask again. That's it. This won't take long.
A little bit of sympathy, a little bit of like, manners would have been nice, sir.
This is a waste of time. I certainly don't have one.
But
these flaming fists don't take themselves half seriously, do they?
Love Lacrissa, one of my favourites. Wolbrun?
This is ridiculous. As if I'd let some parasite infect me.
And Danis?
We have to worry about parasites now. Gods.
It's not that bad, we all have them. Nichols?
I want to go inside. To the wood and stone. Where it's quiet. Safe.
And Leah?
Can we hurry this up? I need a drink now.
Love her. And Cal, I really like Leah. Okay. So we will actually come back. So he's doing his thing. Let's get out of the way a little bit and let him do. Actually, can we talk to him?
Something's on my
mind. What does he have to say?
Keep your distance. Let's not confuse the parasite.
Good point. We do have them ourselves. What do you want? What? My cat's having crazy hour, I think. So we will come back down here and investigate this probably in the next episode.
Don't be shy.
There's
Have
this
a
area
gander in the
here
finest stock.
that we've not checked out
Listen.
yet.
We don't want any surprises.
What? Come here. Come here. Which one? So we'll just finish letting him do his thing.
He's lucky to have you watching over him.
And then we can go and check in with everybody. I love this. This is one of my favourite things in the game.
And you're clear. Welcome to Last Light.
All right. So the way that I want to go first is this way. I want to follow Danis back to Bex. So again, Danis and Bex were the ones who, they were really cute. We met them at Emerald Grove and they were like, when we get to Baldur's Gate, we'll get a dog and a cat. And they were just really sweet. They had a really nice, like a really cute relationship. Yeah, she is blonde. I thought so. Dude, do you not know what colour your wife's hair is? So yeah, these two should be happy about this.
You're all right. My gods, you're all right.
Come here, darling.
I like the idea of Dirge seeing this as well. Again, Dirge, who's always been a bit of a darker person, like getting to know these people and seeing how happy they are. Like he's actually starting to develop that empathy and realizing that, the people aren't just his playthings for his dark urge. Like these are like people who like love each other and who have personalities and who mean things to each other, just like how the group is starting to, mean things to him. Yeah, that empathy is switching on for him. Smile. It's all thanks to me. She's done right. She's done right by her goddess. She's done right by Alistair in doing that prison break and reuniting people and bringing that love and hope back. So she's just gonna smile and think that they look happy.
I was so scared I'd lost you.
Me too. But we're here now. Safe.
We're not going to spoil that for them. It's wonderful to see you two back together.
Credit where it's due. Bex, this is the one who helped me and the others escape.
This isn't the first time you've helped us. saved our lives, really. Why?
Well, it's the right thing to do. There we go. Cleric of Illustrae. Illustrae, I always say it wrong. It was the right thing to do.
How lucky we are to have met you. I believe you're the noblest person I've ever known.
Hey.
You are. And we'll never forget it. Never, ever. Here. Take these for the road. It's the least I can do. So,
and now we have Bex's handmade
shall
cookies.
We go for a walk?
Anywhere, my love. I go where you go.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, it makes me so happy. And let's get Dirge to talk to him as well. And know what it feels like to be the hero.
Bex said the gods sent you to us. I think she's right.
Which god, though, you know?
Thank you for bringing Danis back to me. I really don't know what I'd do without him.
Real good. Okay.
Everything is clear.
Next up, Lae'zel's just like...
Spend a long time.
Yes, it does feel good to do things for other people. It wasn't like this with the Githyanki. Alright, let's go inside and catch up with everybody else that we've saved. We could be heroes, if just for one day. So, again, Dirge making good on his bet is like, come on girlie, I keep saving you. You said that I couldn't. She actually said she'd repay us when she got to Baldur's Gate, Lacrissa, but let's see what she has to say.
Not exactly on holiday, Roland.
You're here! You're all right! How?
We're two tiefling queens, remember? I couldn't leave my favourite bard without her partner in crime. I did have some help from an old friend, though.
How did you do it?
I'm so glad that we kept Alfera alive. So normally, if you're, spoiler alert, if you missed this episode, normally Dirge has this this camp scene where Alfera shows up and he kills her, but we circumvented that. Like, you can't do anything about it, it just happens, but we circumvented it by knocking her out before we long rested, so that the game like considered her knocked out, and we got a replacement bard instead of Alfera, who we're actually carrying around, and we intend to take to Baldur's Gate and lay her to rest properly. But yeah, Alfera's alive and happy to see Dirge, and this makes me so happy to get these scenes. So we've got things like, I'm a rogue, breaking and entering is my kind of thing, killing everyone who got in my way. All of these are great answers, but I think he's going to say, again, he's not just about killing, he is about logic and tactics, even though he's got mush for intelligence, tactics, planning, and when needed, brute force.
Then I'm glad you're on our side.
You should have seen him. He was brave, but also terrifying. In a good way.
I never thought I'd see, well, anyone again. Thank you. 1,000 times, thank you. One last favor. Take this off my hands. It suits you better.
And there we go. So we get a lot of items, including this one, which is a really, really great robe in the game. Potent robe. It says your cantrips deal additional damage with your charisma modifier. It's clothing, it's not armor, so this is going to be great for wizards, sorcerers, anyone who you like, monks even. Well liked and well fortified. At the beginning of the wearer's turn, the robe activates, granting them temporary hit points equal to their charisma modifier. So this could potentially be really great for someone like Will. If you're doing like a Warlock route, which is a sorcerer warlock, this would be so perfect for Will because he has really high charisma. Cordia's charisma's okay, Dirge's charisma's okay. I'm not sure who's going to end up wearing this in the long term, but temporarily, why does she keep glowing? Temporarily, I'm just glowing today, guys. I think we're gonna put this on Cordia because it's such a great outfit.
Nothing hurts anymore.
And I think it suits her really, really nice. I don't know why she keeps doing that glowing animation. We're not fighting anyone right now, so let's just put it on because it does look great on her. and yeah, see what this looks like. I think it kind of looks a bit like I was watching Bram Stoker's Dracula again this week. I only watched like the start of it because that Nosferatu film's out, and I got like a couple of things popped up on my YouTube feed, and I was like, I've not seen that movie for years, and I really fancied watching it. It's so great. I quote it all the time as well, you know, like, come freely and leave some of the happiness you bring. It's great. And I've read the book as well, Bram Stoker's Dracula. So yeah, I was like in the mood to watch it. And the scene where she's at her desk near the beginning, she's wearing something very, very similar looking. And I was wondering if like maybe like that outfit had inspired this outfit. But yeah, it looks really pretty. And what's her charisma actually? Yeah, her charisma's 17. So what does it say it does again? Let me move it over so you guys can see better. Your cantrips deal additional damage equal to your charisma modifier. The reason why I'm thinking this would be really great for Will as well, even though, oh, I've gone back to camp, even though Will's currently a paladin and he's got this really cool armor on, his charisma is very high, and he's got some cool stuff with Eldritch Blast. So, and that's a cantrip. So that could potentially do a huge amount of damage. But again, if you're doing, what do you want, Kat? What do you want? If you're doing a Soullock build, you know, that could be really, really awesome. Anyway, we've got some really great stuff from this.
Have a gander at the finest stock.
Do they have anything else to say? Why are you stood on there?
I'm glad it was you who walked through that door. Thank you.
She was glad it was him that walked through the door. What is she doing on that stool? Lacrissa, what is this?
Things in Moonrise were bad. Real bad. Thank you for getting me out of there.
I feel like Dirge would be thinking, you don't know how bad that could have got, because I saw what was under there, and that could have ended really badly for you. While Dirge is talking to Faerun, Lacrissa will say, Cody goes over to Roland. Oh, he still doesn't have all his hit points, bless him. Cal and Leah. Let me heal him up a little bit. Roland! Have you not long rested, mate? Sylvanus' blessing, cute. Okay, they all have Sylvanus' blessing. What's that about? Proficiency in nature and animal handling. Okay, I don't know why you've got that, but cute. Let's talk to them. She's in the door.
Did you enjoy relaxing here while I battled that wretched darkness? What were you thinking?
I'm sorry, we got captured by murderous lunatics.
I thought you were dead, you ass! Both of you!
We're all safe, Roland. That's what matters.
He's angry, but he's not really angry. He just doesn't know how to deal with his emotions about, like, his regret about not being able to save them and not being more powerful. It's kind of more of a self-hatred, that the reason why he's kind of lashing out a little bit. He's just dealing with his own feelings about his own failures. He really does actually love them. I didn't like Roland. On my first playthrough, I was like, Roland's an ass. And my kid was like, I love Roland. And I was like, why did you like Roland? That little, like, horrible, like, sorcerer wizard guy? Like, why do you like him? And apparently, like, I don't know, I carried on playing and I got further into it. And yeah, Roland has a redemption arc, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna tell him. She's gonna be like, Roland was in a terrible state without you two. Drunk all the time. So sad. So mad at himself.
I was just overwhelmed. Doesn't matter.
I'm sorry. We should have been here.
No, it's not your fault. I shouldn't have shouted. I'm sorry.
Thank you for saving me. And the two idiots.
Anything to add, Roland?
I've lashed out at you, drunkenly and otherwise, and you helped anyway. You didn't deserve that. I'm sorry. And thank you. You went out of your way to help us. It's only right you get something in return. Here. I hope it helps.
I didn't know he gave us a reward. I don't think I picked that option when I was like testing. Thank you. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it.
I've thanked you once already. Don't be greedy.
I like it when he's more playful. Cal?
Maybe not, Mom.
Excuse me, sorry.
Perimeter's clear, Mom. Good.
Thank you. I never thought I'd see these two again. It's good to be back.
See what I mean about that animation? I don't know what that is. Does everybody have it? We keep on getting Sylvanas' blessing for some reason. I think I might have a bit of a bug. Oh, here she is. I've just run past her. Leah!
I'm not the best at showing it, but I love Cal and Roland to death. They're family. Thank you for bringing us back together.
Hopefully that'll go in a long rest. I'll try and fix it in between episodes. But yeah, I love this. It just makes me feel like when you go back and talk to them all and you see like them being so thankful and so happy and so relieved, it really validates your actions as the player. You know, it makes you really feel like you've done something good. I love it. And so yeah, that is it, I think, for what I've got to do here today. No, there's one more thing to do. We've got Warber and Bungle. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have Dirge go over again, kind of like while Cody is talking to Cal and Leah and Roland. He's like, oh, I'll check in with the little Iron Hand Gnome and see what he's got going for him, because he seems to be,
Premium trinkets and doodah.
you know, he seems to have something going on. Maybe this idea of like the rune powder, maybe that could be useful to us. Maybe he can be an ally in helping us fight the Absolute.
Oh, I don't need anything else. Thanks.
You're not going to thank me for saving your life?
Surely Barkus will take care of that.
Busy, are you?
Very. Was there something else?
What will you do when you get out of here?
I have plans in Baldur's Gate. The work of many years' labor that will finally bear fruit. You should look for me once we're in the city. The name Wolverine Bungle will be mentioned among many, I've little doubt.
Bit of a jerk, really, isn't he? Care to elaborate on these plans?
That's Iron Hand gnome business.
You recall stories of the Iron Hand Gnomes, a talented group of inventors who were banished from Baldur's Gate.
Weren't the Iron Hand Gnomes exiled from Baldur's Gate?
Do not speak of a story you only know the half of. We are inventors of the highest order, matched, perhaps, but never surpassed by the Gondians at the High House of Wonders. But our forebears were foolish, complicit with Saravok's madness over a century past. And so, we were banished. We still are to this day.
I like this one because it's kind of ironic. Siding with a murderous lunatic is more than foolish. But I feel like he would say, Saravok, the Baal spawn. This is like a chosen of the god Baal.
The very one. It's the only mistake the Iron Hand Gnomes ever made. And it cost us everything. I have fought tooth and nail to restore our reputation. Particularly against the Gondian detractors who live in glass houses. Our return to Baldur's Gate will usher in a new era for the Iron Hand Gnomes. The realm deserves the benefit of our genius.
There won't be a realm if you don't benefit us with your genius right now. Give me the rune powder. He's not interested in Barkus, really, Dirge. That's more of a Cody thing. I'll leave you to your own devices.
Appreciate it.
What is it with this Sylvanas blessing? What's going on?
What now?
Okay. Look at Gale inspecting this candle thoughtfully. He's like, yes. Yeah, it might be a magical candle.
Last night's best bargains, right here.
Cody would be like, where is Barkus anyway? And she'd go looking for him.
I need a quick word.
How about you?
Ah, there you are. Everyone seems to be quite a flutter. Do you know why?
Barkus, haven't you heard? I freed the people being held in Moonrise Towers.
You did? But that means... Wulbren!
He's so happy. He's so happy to see him.
Where is he?
Thought I was the mother hen.
Death was surely a great blow to the cult.
Speaking of Sylvanus' blessing, I think Mol still has the idol of Sylvanus. We should probably try and get that off her. Okay, he's found him. He's like, a moment.
Wulbren, it's me! Wulbren!
I heard you might be about. How the devil did you get stuck here, Barkus?
I'm not stuck. I came to find you, of course.
Why would you do a foolish thing like that? Really, Barkus?
Unfortunately for me, you're my friend. Rescuing you from mortal peril is my right.
But you didn't rescue me, did you? I rescued myself, with the aid of this helper.
Ah, it's you. I should have guessed. Thank you very much for your help finding Wulbren.
You don't belong here, Barkus. As soon as the way is clear, pack up and head to Baldur's Gate.
But... Wulbren... The rune powder. We need to discuss what you're going to...
I said go home!
Very one-sided relationship here. Everything that Barkus went through to get here. We first met him on that windmill where he was being like tortured by the goblins and they were spinning him around on the windmill. And we were like, what are you doing? He was like, I'm looking for my friend. I found his amulet and it was damaged and I'm worried about him. And then he went to the Underdark to look for him and he got captured by the Dwagar and forced to like dig out near from that thing. And then we rescued him from that. And everything he's been through, he came through the Shadow Curse lands alone to find his way to the Last Light Inn, and he did camp with us for a while, but for the most part he went alone. And like he was gonna go to Moonrise Towers himself to try and rescue him. So like everything that he went through, and he's just like, go home. Like he just seems annoyed by him. So she would say, you don't know what Barkus has gone through to find you. And she'd go,
please, that isn't necessary.
Indeed. Neither of you has any clue what's at stake. And why should you? It's Iron Hand gnome business. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a great deal to do.
Well, there we have it. Wulbren is safe and sound. Thanks to you. I owe you a great deal. The brilliant retort, for starters. Here you are. As promised. I give you the brilliant retort. Now, I believe our business is well and truly concluded.
You're welcome to our camp anytime. All right, so people who should be companions. At this point, Barkus Root should be a companion. Sazza should be a companion. Alfira should be a companion. What's her name? The Alika, who you meet at like watching the Githyankies. She should be a companion. I really feel like Sazza and Barkus should be companions because there's no like short characters as companions, and I feel like that's a missed opportunity. You know, just for like the different representation, the different types of character that you can be. So I would love if you could, even if it was like a temporary companion, like they come to your camp for like a certain amount of time and then they leave. Like it'd just be so nice. I don't like the idea of like when somebody really cares about somebody, like Wulbren does, like Barkus does to Wulbren. I don't think it's a good idea to criticize the person that they have affection for, because I think it just turns them against you. But she would say, she'd give him the moral support and say, you don't owe me, Barkus. If anything, Wulbren does.
One and the same.
Again, we can point out that the relationship's one-sided, but she'd look for the positives and she'd say, you really care about him, don't you?
Well, once you're used to someone, you're used to them.
And what will you do now, Barkus?
Well, perhaps Wulbren is right. Perhaps I ought to return to Baldur's Gate.
Come with us, camp with us. Yeah, if you could have him until Baldur's Gate, that'd be so cool. That will have to wait. It's lethal out there.
Oh, that's all right. I'm a patient fellow. I'm sure you'll clear a path for everyone soon enough.
Okay, so there's a song as well called Fuck You, Wolbrin Bongle. I'll play a little tiny snippet of it. But if you want to watch the whole video, like, go and check it out for yourselves. It's so fun because, yeah, fuck you, Wolbrin Bongle. Like, I don't know, like, we love Barkus on this channel. Here we go. So we've got the brilliant retort that does 12 to 21 damage. I don't mind if I do. I might actually send that to my explosions expert, Karlach. And yeah, I think she would go back to Wolbrin and be like, excuse me.
You're good to have humoured Barkus for so long. The poor fellow was like creeping moss, if you know what I mean.
We didn't humour him. We like him. He's our friend. We're honoured to have a friend as loyal as Barkus. He's like creeping moss, if you know what I mean. She's just going to ignore that comment. She's going to say, she's going to defend him. He's got more courage than you give him credit for.
I'm sure, but that's his business. Now, is there something you want? I'm a busy man.
Ugh, such an arse. But well done to the actor who played him because, you know, I don't know, he's definitely... I don't know, he's a good character in terms of how he's written and how he's performed. He's just not a very likable character. There's a difference between being a good character and being a good character, if you know what I mean. Okay. I think... Like, Dirge covered those, so she's going to say, how do you and Barkus know each other?
Oh, we hail from the same village in the Underdark. We're hung about in the same passel of children. Barkus tends to make more of it than it is.
Okay, I'll leave you to your own devices.
Appreciate it.
Because we asked all the other things with Dirge. Okay, I think, let's have a quick chat with Nimble.
I suppose this place will do for now. Better than a cell in the towers, at the very least.
They're not very...
I'd thank you for your help, but I doubt you need to hear such trivialities. So I'll just say, fare thee well.
I mean, they're kind of assholes. They're not very grateful, are they?
We made it safe. Firm ground. Thanks to you. Won't forget it.
That animation every time is crazy. Oh, we haven't talked to Carice.
We're bruised, battered, but we're together again. You damn well brought them back.
Okay, I can't cope with that anymore, so I am going to head back to camp for now. We're going to long rest, and yeah, we're going to turn in for the night. Okay, so back at camp. Let's turn in for the night. Hopefully Lae'zel isn't looking for any shenanigans in the cutscenes, because Dirge is looking very, very battered and bruised, and I think he just wants to, like, actually sleep after that. We're pretty much done with the Moonrise Towers now for the time being, until we figure out the source of Ketheric's invincibility and we make him vulnerable and we can go and challenge him. That's the plan anyway. So for now, we're going to leave Moonrise Towers for a bit and we're going to continue exploring the Shadow Curse lands. I would love to, in the next video, go and finally fix Karlach's heart. Now I've kind of like worked out the details of that and get the Karlach romance scene. I think that is going to be so much fun to do, so we need to go and look for some more infernal iron. I also want to check out what's going on underneath the Last Light Inn and the area there, and that's probably going to be the next video, so stay tuned for that. It should be up hopefully every Friday is when I'm going to release my Baldur's Gate videos, so do stick around and check that out, because I think a lot of people miss the Karlach romance scene, because she's quite hard to romance in terms of like the opportunity that comes up. You're probably already romancing someone else, and then like the cutscenes kind of interrupt that whole thing. So I think again this might be one of the rarer scenes to get, but for tonight again I think everybody just needs a long rest. However, Astarion does want to
build my
chat and see
castle
what he
with
wants to
bones.
say.
The way she leered at me. The blood merchant. I can't get it out of my head.
Trauma
it isn't
warning.
like me. Not like me at all. I was being too precious, wasn't I? We could have used her potion. A moment of unpleasantry doesn't matter if there's a fine reward. I should have just gritted my teeth as always and let her have me for a bit.
That's so horrible. And again, like, that's kind of why I was trying to say trauma warning quickly before it started, because the idea of like letting someone have you and just bearing it is so horrible. Why has she upset you so much shows a lack of understanding, and it's also accusatory, so he's not going to say that. It is out of character for a Astarion to be talking like this, but clearly she really rattled him, so I don't think like that's the appropriate thing to say. This also shows a lack of empathy, and I don't really like any of these options very well for Dirge, but I think I'm going to go with 2. It makes me sad to hear you talk about yourself like that. I just don't know how Dirge would say it. I don't think he'd say it makes me sad, because again, the emotion side of things is a little bit harder for him to express, but I think he would say something like, I don't like to hear you talk about yourself like that. Something more along those lines.
Why? I'm simply trying to be realistic. There's nothing more desirable in the world than a vampire, is there? Haven't you been through all I have? You damn well are going to fight with what few assets the gods give you. But a part of me feels sick when I think about getting on my back for breadcrumbs again.
So again, this is why I chose not to romance the Astarion. I think he's the only companion that we're not romancing, because he's so traumatized by it, and he's got so many issues to work out about, like, what he wants rather than being used, and, you know, his charm and his seductive powers being used to lure prey. Like, his concept of what a relationship is and what sex is completely fucked up. You know, he's like a survivor, you know, or like, if you want to call him a victim. I know people prefer different terms. And this as well, like, back on, he was basically prostituted by Cazador, who is the vampire lord who turned him into a vampire spawn. I don't love this one. You have so much more than your looks going for you. I don't feel like it's necessarily the most appropriate response in this moment. I don't think it's what he needs to hear right now. Maybe at a different time we could reinforce his other positive traits, but this one again shows a lack of that empathy. I'm too pretty is a bit of a sore compliment. It kind of misses the point of what he's saying. Our lives are on the line here. We take every advantage we can get. Again, that's like saying, oh, you should have just done it, which I don't agree with. So this feels like the most appropriate response to me. Like, have you ever actually enjoyed having sex in the last decade? I like that because it's making Astarion think about what Astarion wants, right? And his own pleasure and his own look at the dog and the owlbear just running around in the background. His own choices. Have you ever enjoyed having sex in the last decade?
Enjoyment? That didn't come into it. I never had a choice. I have bedded thousands of people. Half of them I barely remember. Most of them didn't even grant me temporary bliss. It should have been so easy to let the drow use me for her fantasy, but perhaps, you showed me I have enough strength. I don't need to.
And again, I think part of the choice of not romancing him is validating that he has worth beyond just being a sexy, you know, person to play with. The fact that we don't sleep with him and we keep him around, I think is better for Astarion. And that's not me shaming anyone who does romance him. I totally understand why people romance him. My eldest does. Someone else who I've convinced to play the game like is also romancing Astarion. So I totally understand the charm. And honestly, Astarion sold the game to me. I was seeing people doing like TikToks of cosplay of him on and like mashups of his stuff on TikTok. And like, you know, Astarion was a big draw to me to get into the game in the first place. But when you unravel his story, I'm just like, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Like, I don't think it's what's best for him. Yeah, like the people who are out there like, I can fix him. You can definitely help him. But I feel like I'd rather be his friend and his therapist than his lover. Again, not to judge you. It's a computer game. Do what you want to do. I also think as well, if you do romance him, especially with certain choices you can make, I think it perpetuates the cycle of abuse. You know, where like the abused then becomes the abuser, which can happen so frequently in real life. So breaking that chain of abuse, I think, is super important for Astarion's story. Here, I really like. You show me like it would have been so easy to let the Drow use me for fantasies, but you show me that I don't need to, and I would never ask you to.
It isn't worth the scars anymore.
And he's clearly talking about more than just physical scars there, like the emotional scars that gives him. So I know that Neil Newborn, who's the actor who plays Astarion, has talked about briefly, I think sometimes I've seen kind of him doing panels where people push for more information on this, and I'm like, that is so personal and private to him. But what he has shared is that they had a lot of support on set for certain scenes. So for the intimacy scenes, I believe they had an intimacy coordinator, and I think they had like some help with like the emotional side of things as well, like a counseling type situation. I'm not 100% sure on that second one, but he spoke about how most of the scenes he was fine with, but there were certain scenes that he really, really struggled with because they were somewhat similar to certain experiences undisclosed that he'd had in his own personal life. And I think you can really, really see why Neil Newborn, who's the actor, is so beloved by the community, and Astarion is so loved because the emotions that he puts into certain scenes where Astarion's opening up and sharing what's happened to him, and like the emotions of some scenes that come up later in Act 3 are like so powerful, and I cry every time. There's a certain scene where I just always well up. Watch me not do it when we get to it now, but yeah, like I feel so protective over Astarion, and I just really, really want to like. I think it explains a lot as well. Like I think it explains a lot of his defenses are his flippant attitude and his jokey ways, and you know how standoffish he can be and how charming he can be. It's all defense. It's all him having barriers up to keep people from hurting him, right? It's all protective. So seeing the real Astarion, the Astarion who is scared and who is vulnerable and who needs help and needs guidance. Like I want to be like, especially Dirge, I want Dirge to be that big brother figure for him, rather than romancing him. So I'm so glad we didn't romance him back when I was debating it, and I was really like, I don't know what to do, guys, all those episodes ago. So that is where we stand now, and we're gonna long rest, and that's gonna be pretty much the end of it for the evening. There's no cutscene today. Oh god, the scratch in the elbow are so adorable. Like I love them so much. But yeah, that is pretty much it. And tomorrow, after our long rest, I mean, I'll long rest on camera, why not?
Here goes nothing.
Tomorrow we will romance somebody who is definitely up for it, who is so eager to be touched. We'll romance Karlach hopefully in the next episode. That's the plan for now, at least. So yeah, let's go ahead. I'll use up our camp supplies, full rest. Gale just hovering in the background there. And there we are. There we have it. So, The story will continue in the next episode. Thank you everybody as well for everybody who likes, comments, shares the video. I appreciate it so much. Those of you who retweet as well, I appreciate your faces. It really, really does help me out because I just love doing this, and I love sharing the things that I love with you guys, and you can see how much of an impact this game has on me. So thank you everybody who's watched this far. I really do appreciate you. I hope you all if you've been affected, I'm saying it jokingly, but I am being quite serious. If you've been affected by anything that you've seen in this video, especially around like sexual abuse and trauma, don't feel like you have to bottle it all up inside. There are people and schemes that can help you, whether you just open up to a trustworthy friend about it if you feel comfortable doing that. You know, reach out to the people who you feel can support you. If you're young, you know, maybe a teacher could help you if you're experiencing anything like that. And also in the UK, we have a charity called Women's Aid, and I believe that even if you aren't you don't identify as a woman, I believe if you contact them, they will, you know, put you into contact with other people who can help you, other agencies that can help you. But I know that Women's Aid does really great work in the UK, and I actually used to donate money to them quite frequently. At my old job, it was like a work scheme, yeah, definitely that's a great resource in the UK. But do, you know, whether you go to a local library and, you know, you can access the support that the library can provide for you. If you talk to a doctor, doctors can also put you in touch with people who might be able to help you with these kinds of things. But yeah, like, you know, your local council can also tell you what services are around, because, you know, the world's a big place. There's a lot of different services and helplines that you can reach out to. So do sort of, you know, find the ones that are right for you. And yeah, without further ado, I'm probably gonna leave it there. I'm gonna go and cry. I can feel it coming again. I'm gonna go and cry. But I feel really great knowing that, you know, through, and you know, they say art imitates life, right? And you know, it's just a game. Why do you have to be mad? You know, that sort of thing. But I think games and media in general, whether it's books, films, TV shows, games, being able to play games that discuss really serious topics and not shy away from that, I think is incredibly important to society, because, you know, not everybody has someone that they feel like they can talk to, or you know, a lot of people are dealing with things internally, and I think sometimes, whether it's something you're personally dealing with or it's just understanding more about certain experiences, I think being able to role play this in a game, or to be able to play through a storyline where it deals with sensitive topics, even if it's in a fantasy setting, right, even if it's like one step removed from reality, I think it can be incredibly cathartic. And I think it's very, very helpful for people to understand, like, work through their own emotions and work through their own thoughts about things. And you know, whether it's understanding something that's happened to them and having that cathartic release, or whether it is you know, maybe understanding that while something hasn't happened to you personally, you know, it could have happened to a friend, or it could happen to somebody that you know, you know, being able to think about almost like, how am I going to respond in this situation should it ever come up, and having already previously thought through, like Dirge did with his responses to Astarion, where I was saying, well, I don't want to say that because of this, and I don't want to say that because of that. So it's like, if you're ever thrown into the moment, you have, you know, those thoughts implanted of like what you could say in that moment. So and the potential reaction that a person could have. So like I say, I think this is why I'm such a big advocate for not only for games, movies in general, as a mirror for life that helps us to reflect on our own experiences and prepare for experiences, but also as I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot what I was going to say. My mind absolutely blanked. That's probably a sign that I need to end the video there. But yeah, what was I going to say? Let me try and think. The other thing that I was going to say was how important it is to not shy away from these topics, because I think there's been a story time with Cinderella. Get your cups of tea, get comfortable before I wrap up the video. So I know that there's been a movement in films recently. If you look at like the Marvel films as a really brilliant example, right? They bring in a really big audience. They're very family friendly. People tend to go and watch them with their friends, with their families. They're very, very accessible. But we've had this sterilization that has occurred in art and in movies because the Marvel movies are trying to appeal to a really broad audience, basically to keep cinemas back, like in business, you know, to get as many people in those seats as possible. You know, the fact that they've been dropping the age rating on a lot of films and shying away from. They have serious topics, right? They do have serious topics, but there's no sex scenes and things like that, right? There's certain things that don't get touched because that would bring up the age rating. So we've had this sterilization of media and films, and at the same time, like this is, you can go and look at this, there's research into this. At the same time, we've had the rise of like Netflix and media that you can consume with no one else around on your own. So what we're seeing is like a sterilization of the public media, and then a deepening of the darkness when you're watching things on your own, the things that you can't watch with your parents. So things like you know, murder mystery podcasts and things like that people consume on their own. And so then people aren't necessarily having the discussions about those darker topics that they're consuming on their own. So then you get into like your own bubble of it, which can be a really dangerous thing. So I think by breaking those boundaries in a way and getting dark, serious topics back into the mainstream and back into popular discourse, I think is really, really incredibly important for being able to have those discussions around those things that could potentially be life-saving or potentially be really, really good for the community and humanity to address those issues rather than sweeping them under the rug. If you think about like the Victorian attitude to sex, right? Sex was a taboo, but like, you know, London was like rife with prostitution and like sexually transmitted diseases, and it's because people wouldn't talk about it. So yeah, I appreciate Baldur's Gate so much for it's not like it's exploiting, because I think there could be an argument to say, oh, they're exploiting trauma for entertainment, and I don't feel like that's the case at all. I think that they've created incredibly deep characters who are working through some very relatable and scary issues that deserve representation in media. And that's Cinderella's final thought for the day. My tummy's starting to rumble, so I definitely need to go. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Do stick around for the very, very positive representation of sex in Karlach's sex scene in the next video, and I will see you again soon. Bye, friends. And finger gunning today. I don't know why, but call me a let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation. They call me a